Okay, here you are.
Hey, Marco, you ready for the totally awesome, coolest show ever?
You know, Pete, if you need to find me, I'm always at cons, and so will be Dub. This week we got Motor City, so let's get this done so we can finish packing the trucks, get out there. You'll see pictures of us on the floor. Whatever you need, we'll be there. Shake hands, kiss babies. There's no babies. I'm definitely not kissing a baby at con. Hold on, I'm not kissing a baby at con. No.
You don't want to do
All
that.
right, I'm ready to go. Let's go, Pete.
You don't want to do that. You don't want to be Jimmy Uso. Jay. Jay Uso. He's picking up kids. He's eating all over the place.
I don't know who that is, but no. Yeah, it's like I just got back from a con, and now I'm going to another one again. When I said I'm going to slow down my cons. So, but hey, yeah, if you're going to Motor City, not hard to find. Be there.
One of these days.
You don't have to travel halfway across the world for this one.
Yeah, the problem is I just put the boat in like 4 hours ago, so I'm not really trying to go inside a sunless super center with a bunch of smelly people. It's kind of
we need more pictures of people's footwear or lack thereof.
Oh my god! Yeah, hopefully we have a good one this year. I mean, we usually get some good content out of there. For those people that don't know what Pete's talking about, excuse me. Years ago, when we were doing the tax show, one of our first things were top 5 footwear not to wear at a con. We might have to bring that back. Maybe we could just clip it and do it because it was pretty funny. Hence, spoiler alert: don't walk barefoot at a con. Like that's spoiler. Also,
sure why you would.
The best was when people didn't believe that was actually somebody at the con who was just walking on 2 pieces of like 2x4. It wasn't even 2x4. It was like remember that she was just walking
like the
on
traditional Japanese sandals, or
she was kind of supposed to be that, but it wasn't. It was like they were using press board. It was just press board. It's like that's worse than a flip flop. You can't. Once again, also not
appropriate. It wasn't like a backing board. They just like taped it around their foot.
They just secured a backing board to their feet with a little bit of string.
I mean, dude, it gets bad. It gets bad in the streets. We'll see how it goes. People are excited. You know what I mean? Everybody's ready to go. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Dub is not here, unfortunately. Prayers, thoughts, all the good stuff, whatever you do, or just thoughts out to his father-in-law. So, which sucks because he's got a lot to. He's got him and his wife. She sets up at the cons too, so it's a big day for them. And she just got back. Unfortunately, hopefully she's sleeping, so he won't be joining us because he got late on that. So we will have a special guest coming in a little bit. 8 minutes to be exact, because when I informed him that the greatest show of all time, TAC Live, just the groundbreaking, originator of comic book YouTubing, just that in itself should have him come and calling. He informed me that, bitch, you can't tell me when to show up. So we'll be having our guest a little bit late today. Spoiler alert. Tommy Long.
Fashionably late.
Hard times. You don't know what hard times are, Daddy. Yeah, dude, that's another one. We should just clip some of that stuff and play it back. Like that hard times promo was great. I just don't have the time to do like the hard times or the top 5 footwear anymore. But TAC was a way different show back then because, man, we tried really hard. We really tried. Hey, people love their stuff.
I did a lot of work.
But now you don't try hard anymore.
No, we don't at all.
No, we don't try it all anymore.
Nah, I mean, if people are going to take what we do anyways, just like let them take the easy stuff, right? Meyer HQ, I'm here, and we better talk about Battle Beast? No. And we better talk about Superman trailer? We will. And absolute garbage? No. Dude, Meyer, I don't even know what to tell you about that book. Maybe. Okay, we're not going through all of them. We're not spoiling the whole show at the beginning.
Let's talk about them all.
We got a good chunk of that. Not all of it, because I couldn't get there.
Fellas. Well, I got to a lot of stuff that he mentioned there. Most of it's in there. Evening, Grumpy G. Evening, all. Hey, fellas. Hey, Blade Comics Collectibles. There we go. We got it all.
Adamantium.
Yeah, he's got. Oh, I thought he was like Blade, but he's talking about the blades in like Wolverine.
Yeah, but those are regular swords. But adamantium blades. Yeah.
Fair enough.
What is Blade's
I don't
blade
know.
made out of?
AB Comics,
Sword made
ABCC.
out of?
What? Yeah, I don't know either.
I feel like a good idea to make it out of adamantine.
That might be what it is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm brain farting here, Fran. All right. Well, who knows?
I brain farted on my own phone number today. I was leaving.
Oh, don't worry. I was just talking.
And I completely went blank when I was saying you can call. And I was like, wait a second. You left me a message. You could call me back. And then we already got it. But I could not remember it for the life of me. It just went out of my head.
Andy, hey, I'm gonna call you ABCC. ABCC, you're just like me. Somebody the other day asked me about my screen name. I was like, listen, I don't even think I know how to change it. And if I did, don't you think I would have already changed my screen name? Because my screen name is,
you got underscores in there.
Yeah, well, because back then it was so long ago on the interwebs, like that's how you used to do it. You used to do what show you were and your name, right? And
Marco, I can confirm he doesn't change like whatever handle is assigned to him. Like
with my video games? Yeah. Oh, because he doesn't.
Random user 123. Like what?
Yeah, he knows my Xbox account. So my Xbox, like, I'm not really good with changing user accounts. And here's the funny part about it too. Like, a lot of mine aren't linked to stuff. So like, he's talking about my Xbox account. So whenever I play Xbox, I don't play as much as I used to, but I would play a lot of first-person shooters. I was pretty good at it.
I think they charge you now to change it, or they did.
No, I still have my free one. I've never changed it.
I had to change mine.
Yeah, after you change it once, I think
it cost me a few bucks to actually change the handle.
So my handle is, and I don't know all the random numbers after, but it's Briny Stew, one word. So whenever you play, like the game that I played all the time was COD. Yeah, and then 5 numbers. So the game I play all the time was COD, right? So like, and I was pretty decent. But like when I get it mixed up with a group of a new person or something to come in, they'd always call me like Brittany for some reason. They'd always Brittany Stew, or they'd be like, what is a briny? Like, it's like, well, it's just a salty stew, but it's technically. So JJ's right. I don't change my username, but I also don't have them linked to a lot of stuff. So like my usernames are different through like my Google and my Instagram aren't on the same thing. And my Instagram, I can't get to it from anything else because I only have it on my iPad. So that's why when like if you message me, for the people that message me on Instagram and are like, why haven't you responded? Because I haven't picked up my iPad in 2 days. That's why I don't respond. And like then I don't have any socials on my phone. I have not. You guys know that I have nothing on that. So I mean, I don't know. And then like, yeah, the only people I talk to on Facebook is my like great aunts and uncles. That's it. So
the ironic part is though, if Marco did change his usernames, it would, if you ever seen him send a text or a message of any kind, it would just come across as gobbledygook anyways. So
oh yeah.
Your username would make less sense.
I have very little time for technology or writing messages or my voice to chat is, they gave us this digital thing where like, especially I think part of the problem is the case that I use on my phone, because I use something called I don't know, it's whatever one I drop all the time. And like the case never.
You got an OtterBox?
No, it's better than OtterBox. It's better than OtterBox.
Like Life Proof or whatever.
Yeah. So like, it just nothing comes out. The pictures don't come out that great. What is it?
$10.
I got
$10 Amazon.
This thing works pretty good. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. No, it's something like that, but a little bit better. But yeah, and it's got a screen on the front.
Oh, yours got to be better than mine, of course.
Well, no, I mean, no. It's just like, the last phone I turned in was 15 years old, and they're like, this is brand new. Yeah.
It's like that, but it's a little bit better.
It might be actually the same one. What do you have? UA what?
Is it UAG? I forget what it stands for.
No, it's UBG, right?
No, it's an A.
Does it got a plastic front on the part where you? Yeah, turn around.
Is the B better than the A?
It's a phone on the side. I don't put the other.
No, so mine's like a case. Mine's like a case, and then after the case,
this is like a life-proof case with
rubber case on top of it. Yeah.
I don't put those extra screens on there because I never scratch or hurt my screen. Like I don't know mine. I know.
Yeah, so I just think because with my work phone, when I do text to talk, it comes out perfectly. Because I have a work phone, because they don't let you have a landline anymore. Like if you for a business, they converted everything to.
But for some reason, Pete and I in the chats have to use like a decoder to figure out.
Yeah, well, that's because I'm using text to talk on the other phone, and that thing is like that's life. Like my work phone, because I don't take the work phone with me all the time. I still kind of use it as a landline. I don't. If I drop it, who cares? Because it's always just sitting like in the house or in the office. My regular
You know what?
phone.
I think that's going to be a new segment.
How many?
We're going to pick the
You call
top
it
3
Marco
things
messages.
in our chats that Marco types, and we'll give you
try to figure it
we'll
out.
give you multiple choice
Holy
options of what it actually means.
Dude.
And what he wrote us.
Hey, the worst is one time JJ goes, "Hey, what did you say?" I look at it, I go, "I got no clue what this shit says. I can't tell you what that shit says.
He doesn't
Can't tell you what this
recognize
shit
it as a
said.
problem.
Oh, that was like
What
6 hours
thing?
ago, bro. I can't remember what I said to the phone 6 hours ago. I don't know. You guys have a good time with it, so shoot, I will change mine for. Yeah, Ed did change his, and then he couldn't change it back. All right, Adam, you got it.
My
buddy.
original Xbox what my original Xbox handle was. It was something stupid.
Something
and
like
Mine's
that,
still
dude.
the same it was in high school.
What's going on,
it
Dave?
was,
Never
oh,
did.
you know what it was? It was
Yes.
McLovin.
What's up, everyone? Hope everyone's doing well.
And I was
tonight.
like, well, that got dated pretty quickly.
Wow, that's yeah. They used to make you come up with your own. I can't remember what mine was, but I always like, this is stupid. So then when they started giving you automatic ones, I always just choose the automatic option. Man, I'm easy breezy, baby. So all right, what's up, Ryan? Hey, Ryan, you going? I didn't know if you said you were or not. Let's get into the hottest segment that we do from now on, because it's the easiest and so lazy because we already have the work done.
Our laziest segment.
The laziest possible segment we have on Wednesday, but the people love it, so we're gonna keep doing it. It's
the only
top
time I come on tack, everything's lazy.
Oh yeah, we've given up on working on this show.
I feel like this is an
We've
indictment.
slowly, progressively over the years. Me and Pete's major plan is to just really recycle our own crap. I mean,
No, I just kept complaining. I'm too busy doing other shows that eventually Marco took most of the things off my plate. And then I was
just like,
nah, just do the thumbnail, and then that's all you got to worry about.
So let's get into top 5 covers this week. I'm going to tell you why Pete's wrong.
You can tell me all day, but let me run the thing.
You can hold on, Pete. This is what I'm going to say before we get into this. You had multiple options, and you went the lazy route. So let's get into it.
No, I consciously made a decision, and we'll get into it once we get there.
I saw the cover pics. I don't know if I'd say that.
We'll get to it. Let me run the thing. All right. We're going to start with the regular old covers. Just do the covers. We'll save the incentives for the second part. And I do have some extras. We have some picks
Barlord,
from
you should
the
come up
gallery.
with. Hold on, Barlord, you should have come up with a bill. All right, go ahead.
With a what?
Nothing. It's a message to one of our viewers. I have personal relationship with our viewers that you don't even know about, Pete. Don't worry about it.
Okay, fair enough.
Come up with an invoice.
All right, so 4 covers. I like it when
Bill's a person.
When an artist messes and interacts with the trade dress. When they interact with the title, I'm always a fan of when it's in play. So I like this John Boy Red Hulk with Hulk pushing through the trade dress. I know it's been done before, but it's not done often enough.
Here's the thing. If this was a weak week, if this was a week that was tough and didn't have good books, good covers on it, this might be just outside looking in number 5. But this is not that weak, and this is not a great cover.
I've seen your list, and I will admit there's a couple of not bad, but I'll tell you why you're wrong once we get there.
Sure, please do.
I feel like this makes Hulk look like kind of a blob of a
Meyer. Yeah. What? This is not a good one. I mean, I know you like to bounce John Boy's balls in your mouth, but like this is just not like a good.
That's
a bit hard out.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, whenever it's John Boy, you're like, oh, it's so great. It's like, dude, I guess. I don't know. This is mid at best.
I also like how you incorporated the Hulk, but not the red part. So the red part's just like hanging off on the side.
I will tell you though, the one thing I gotta give you credit. I will give and I'm not gonna give credit to John for this, but like the color works. Like the red yellow, I think that actually works. That really is kind of cool. But
fair enough. Also, I like it.
Kool-Aid Man.
Yeah. I like it when a cover is like a scene. Like if a cover is like a scene, I'm also a fan of that, which is why I like this at number 4 with Lois.
It's not Frank Miller, so
yeah, well, there is that. It's not Frank Miller with Hulk.
Not Frank Miller, so what is that? Pete, did you have your? I think you need your readers.
What?
I just
like it. In a Norman Rockwell-esque kind of way.
Fucking first off, it's 2025. I've not heard one person say, "Damn, you know what I need is some more Norman Rockwell fucking art."
Hey,
just
saying,
saying,
a little bit, but
just saying, that's not so fucking. I thought I was gonna hear today.
Sometimes you need a taste of something that's old.
No,
it looked like she's sitting in her office and she turned the fan on too hard.
Yeah, that's the other thing. And it's kind of blurry, to be honest with you. It's not well finished off.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like a
Superman's running through, or her.
For a long time, Josh Middleton did those like side profile covers.
Yeah.
A zoomed out Josh Middleton cover.
Yeah.
Oh well, I do got something from Middleton a little.
That
bit
or
later.
what's her name? What's her name used to do it too? Middleton and was it Frizen or whatever? Somebody used to do it. Those side profiles for DC that were just fucking half-assed done. Dude, this does. I mean,
all right.
I don't know.
Fine.
Once again, if you're stretching for 5 on a tough week,
I don't think
if you got to use Norman Rockwell to sell this, if you got to say, hey, my grandma, my Meemaw used to have a Norman Rockwell above her old couch that had plastic on it.
But you just can't get off of it. You love this cover, apparently. You don't want to let it go.
Go ahead. I'm gone. I was just trying to rip on you and your freaking Meemaw's sofa and having this Rockwell stuff, dude. That's not good.
No Meemaws here. No Meemaws here.
Look at this. Look, Ed. It pains him. It's okay. But I am correct.
You guys don't have to like everything I like. I don't have to like everything you like.
Like I said, the great thing about being a last minute edition is I can just criticize people.
Yeah, criticize everything.
Daniel Warren Johnson is inside this record.
Dude, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
What? It's even more zoomed out and busy than the last
cover. You can't even see. Dude, did you see this cover? This cover is shit.
Where are the characters?
Yeah, what this guy half-assed drew something. Look, where's that dude's face? Where's that dude's face?
What dude's face?
Exactly. I don't know. You got to know.
You talking about MF Doom back here?
He spent more time doing the MF Doom cover than he did drawing the rest of the record store, man.
I like it. Gives me stuff to go look for. I like digging into a cover and looking to see what little hidden notes.
Yeah, okay. Tell me the hidden gem of what the fuck they're looking at, which record they're looking at, because you can't see what that is.
It's a
dude. We're using 60. Who? Hey. What? Who the fuck is bringing a microscope to fucking try to find out what's in the background of this book thing, dude? This isn't Where's Waldo. This is supposed to be a cover of a comic book. I have
this in my hand right this second.
Jesus Christ! Holy hell,
what did
dude!
He do?
He didn't even cover the top. He just scribbled black marker on it. He's like, "Fuck it, I'm not finishing this book."
This cover,
yeah, look at that. It's just black marker.
Those are t-shirts hanging. They're black t-shirts.
Get the fuck
hanging
out of here! Get the fuck out of here!
T-shirts. See the armhole. No,
he just missed the cover.
I like how he added extra detail to the HVAC work.
Yeah, the HVAC work's damn good though. That HVAC work looks dope.
Makes top 5 for that HVAC work drawing.
What are you?
I don't know what you guys are talking about. But
this is it. Hey, look, there was some good Ed Reverse comics, but this was not the one, bro. This is not it.
I didn't say it was the one. This was the 3.
This is not the one to put here.
This is the 3.
BK's it. Now we got BK in here to throw on shade too, dude. Oh, good
he's
Lord.
Saluting. All right,
not
fair
saluting
enough.
You.
Moving on. Number 2. Dan Mora giving us Fire and Ice with some mixed up panels. Mixed up
fire boots.
Friday
this
power.
Is your number 2?
Yeah.
Why does one side look like she's fucking sniffing the fart and the other one she's trying to squeeze out the fart? Like, no. Absolutely not. Absolutely
no one's
not.
farting. I just said it. Their powers are switched. They're swapped.
And
the interplay of the panels.
Actually, I kind of do like this one.
I don't hate it.
This wasn't even the best, like, cover, open order cover for this book.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't mind this at 5, but like, it's not the one. Like,
it's 2.
Pete, this is an embarrassment.
This book by itself had better covers.
It's 2. All right, you want to see the one?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe.
Brian Boland giving us a creepy as fuck Mr. Freeze. with his long Nosferatu fingers.
Not bad. I mean, it's not a bad cover. I like this cover. I actually was going to put this on my list, but since you put it on yours and your list was such trash, I chose to not put the last two books on my list because I couldn't have anything on my list that even resembled the dog shit that you put on your top 5.
Oh, stop with that
I
overstating.
do like this one.
Yeah, look at this, Ed. I think Pete did this so Margo will take over another job. Yep. You're probably right. He's probably playing me because this was a terrible week for him. And it was an easy layup week.
I'll say.
Yeah, I mean,
let's wait for Marco's picks though before we make.
Hey,
it.
I like this. I like this list. I like this book too. I like this book. This one's good. It is a good one. The story inside.
All right. Well, let's see what you guys have for us. There's not 5 for everybody, so don't worry. We're not going to be here all night, but I will give you this. He's not here, but we will represent. Wait. There you go.
Oh, okay.
I actually don't hate this book. I don't.
You don't hate the cover, or you don't hate the book?
No, I don't hate the cover.
I like the cover. The only problem is like the depth seems off. It almost doesn't. I get what he's going for. Like the battering's supposed to be stuck in the wood.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
But it doesn't. It almost just looks like it's like sitting on top or something.
Really? I see it in the wood because of the shadow on the top left corner.
A little bit. I like the who did the other one? The B cover on this one though.
See, this is where I'm saying like this could have made 5. This could have made number 5. Easily.
No, what was the? I can't think of his name.
On your list, it probably would have been number 2.
There's the B cover of this. I actually like a little bit more than this. This isn't bad, but I'm also weirded out by this ventriloquist as a building story.
Yeah. We could go look at the. We can look at the. I looked at DC Vampires. I don't think any of them were good. We can go back and look at.
You had an open order one that wasn't bad.
Oh, no, there's a couple. There were a couple that were all right. We'll go to
them. You think
Bjorn Barons was all right, as was the.
I will tell you this: there was a lot.
Yeah.
I would say compared to crap, there was a lot of mid covers, like decent covers this week. It was a week full of decent covers.
Different. Anyway,
Woody from Toy Story. It reminds me of the gingerbread man.
Let's see what JJ's pick was for this week in the regular.
Oh my god, I did get a pick at it. That's sweet. Sweet Lord.
Yes. You picked a book that was supposed to come out a month ago.
Hey, it still came out this week. What are you blaming me for? I didn't undo that.
Yeah, dynamite delays for this Linsner. Right? Linsner. Yeah.
Why
I
does
was
it say
saying it
Heidi
wrong.
Sherman?
I was saying Linzer for forever.
Wait, why does it say Hyde in that Sherman?
He didn't change it from the last line.
Oh,
shoot. Sorry. Yeah, that's my bad. I didn't change the. Yeah, this is
Linsner on a fun book. You know,
yeah, that's kind of cool.
Usually Dynamite sticks them on like Vampirella or Red Sonja, and like I like it on a fun wacky races book.
Fair enough.
No, it's good. I think it's a sweet cover. I mean, it is.
Yeah, you got Dick Dastardly and Muttley back there.
I'll be mad that I have to buy a fucking Wacky Racers book to get this cover, but
it's a giant size Wacky Racers though,
which means they're going to charge you $6 instead of $1, which is what Dynamite should charge you for any of their books.
All right, now, Mr. Smart Guy, we'll look at your 5 because you gave me
it
5.
is. It's a very close to being a
Marco's
Gooner
5.
cover. It is. It's a wink and a nod to a Goon cover.
A little bit, but not too bad. It's not overly done. She is actually pretty well covered.
All things considered.
I think he's talking about the car more than the girl. All right, next up.
Okay. All right, next up is your number 5 book. Your 5 pick. Fight poster Godzilla.
Look, you guys can hate it all you want. I'm going to put it there just because I like it. And actually, this one was probably one of the even better of the Godzilla fight ones with Wolverine on it. Not my favorite X-Men character, as you know, so it paid me to do that. But I did like the background of all the champions, the heavyweight champions of the world thing on the bottom. It was great. Once again, the drapes and the match thing does not work here, but cool cover. Also collecting them. There was, and it's the only one that I'll do that wasn't a series because there was actually a Transformer one.
Carpet and drapes for.
Well, the outside doesn't match the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the problem with this one. This is like the 4th one of these.
Yeah, this is probably the best.
Not original.
Yeah, it's. Wait, I'm
tired
sorry.
of
You just
seeing it.
put a John Boy Mike. Hold on. You don't get to put the John Boy Miter 5.
I'm sorry. I did get this one, but this
Even
is the 4th time we've seen this.
Even if it was the first time we've seen this on a Godzilla versus book, it's not original.
Well, it's also
homage.
I also like to zoom in here a little bit because it looks like Bishop got hit in the head.
No,
like his head got a knock.
Hey, no, that's
Psylocke's got a knock in her head, and look,
you forgot. That's how Bishop used to look, dude.
Like, it looks like everybody got a little bit of a dent right in one side of their head. Where
Hey,
it looks like he got hit by a rolling pin right
This
down
is
the
this is late 90s.
Look at
X-Men.
Colossus. He's got one eyes in the sloth area, way underneath where the other one is.
Uh-huh.
If it's supposed to be like a 1970s
That is not me as Bishop. Zaggy, get out of here. You're a jackass. Hey, Christina. No, once again, like you can't talk all that shit, put that John Boy cover up and say this is an original. Yeah, no shit, it ain't original genius.
No, but we didn't have. That's not the fourth issue of him doing the same thing for the fourth.
Hey, this is the one that I like the best. At least I got
every
consistency.
2 weeks we've gotten one of these. We had
At least
a poster with Spider-Man and Fantastic Four.
Yeah, but those weren't that good. This is the best one by far. All right, next up. What do we got next?
Well, hold on. I'm got to get past Blonde Gambit here. Why has Gambit got blonde hair?
This is what we're so on yours. You try to use
black and white.
You try, you try to get as close as possible to sell your crappy books because they look terrible.
And now I'm showing you what's wrong with this.
Scott Summers have dark hair.
I don't think anybody's taking a. If you see somebody with a comic book like this,
I'm just trying to point out the fact
and they're going like this over here. If they're one eye willing it, so it's that close to their face.
Psylocke's eye is
don't create eye contact.
In her ear. Her eye extends out into her ear.
This is like the smallest portion of that comic book. You know
what? You know why he's upset with this book, Marco?
It's still in her ear. Look, I'll get closer and closer if you want me to.
Because there's not enough detail in the HVAC work on this cover.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. There's not black lines that he's got to sell for T-shirts. Like, what are we talking about? Hey, look, there's T-shirts with Godzilla's belly over there. Look, that's a T-shirt. I see it. It's a whole row of them. Get out.
All right. Well, let's get to your number 4, which is it's all right, but I'm not a big Bebop and Rocksteady fan, nor do I know what they're doing.
Well, they're riding cars down the street. But I will actually tell you, this is in person, very vibrant. Huh? No, just carts. Just carts. This is actually on the inside, it's more like an animated thing. If you're not reading the Mutant Nation stuff, it's actually really cool. They're normal in there and then mutate. They're in a wrestling thing. I was going to suggest us read it, but considering I'm the only one that read it, whatever. The colors on this were really cool. It was something completely different. That's why I'm not going to put it up as high as 3 or 2. Because I know it's just a different feel for it. But the inside of the book was fun too, and it adds on to the funness on the cover, which at least we're getting something different, unlike Pete, who just literally dragged out the same exact cover over and over again, and then had the balls to complain about the last cover. Hold on now. Then had the balls to complain about the last cover.
Statement. Clarify.
Just made a comment about the last cover, how it's always the same thing, and then we choose something way out there that's different and looks good, and then criticize.
It's not way out there or different. It's just colors.
Yeah,
it looks like
they got purple and blue. Good job.
This looks like they stole a bumper car from Euro Disney.
Rainbow before,
dude. I'm telling you, this book. Look at this book in person. It's pretty dope, dude. I like it. It was a cool cover.
Also, too, why are I feel like Bebop and Rocksteady are often like riding cars or like jumping on cars or something.
They are. That's why they did it. You know. Fun book, by the way, guys. Read the book if you haven't read it yet.
Yeah,
it's a cool one.
And here, all right, I'll give you the next one. I like, but how many times are we going to see this? Like in the last couple of months.
Hold on, this is why, because I will tell you why.
Not even the best Doom cover for this one.
Whoa, that is not true. This is the best Doom cover. Granoff does the best Doom cover. I haven't put a single Doom portrait up as best cover yet, or made a comment of it. So when the best one comes out, the one that sets the limit. And by the way, Pete, you put Doom portrait covers on before. This is the best of the best, so you can't complain with it. It's not my fault that you put out the 5th best. I'm putting only the best.
It's like a Zoom
only the best.
I didn't know they were going to do another Doom cover every 2 weeks.
Everybody, dude, what? All they're doing is Doom. They got like 6 Doom titles. You didn't think they're going to do another Doom title? Doom cover? Get out of here. That's like saying Wolverine's never going to show up on a cover again. Huh?
Doom portrait. This is the portrait.
Dude, they've been doing Doom portraits since the fucking 70s. They're going to keep doing them, bro. That's all they do. The only thing I haven't seen, where's the Frank Miller Doom portrait? That's the one I'm waiting for.
But to your point, I picked one before, so I'm not going to pick it the 7th time they do it in a row.
No, you should probably pick the best one. Oh, the IDW logo. Yeah, that IDW logo was crazy.
Yeah. Sorry, also wrong pipe.
Hey, but you got to be. Hey, Pete, on a serious note, you got me. This is the best one.
It's not the best one. It's good. I do like Granoff.
Yeah, the way Granoff does it, it's the best. I think Granoff does the best.
This is the cover I purchased. So this is the one I bought.
I really did. Yeah, I didn't want to put this one on here because I was thinking the same thing. There's a ton, but I'm like, it's the only one. Like I passed on a bunch of them because I thought they were corny as shit, and I was like, damn, though, this one's the one.
Yeah, so. No, I did get this one. I will admit this. But like I said, the only reason why I didn't pick it for my 5 was because it felt like we've just done this. So I wanted to pick something.
No, I hear you. I'm just saying, like, I didn't pick it before because I knew this is coming, and then, it's the best one in my opinion. So,
and also, despite what I said a couple of weeks ago when I told you about the muting thing, I was not farting just then. I wrong piped my drink, so I was actually choking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't remember what I told you? When you see people mute and they do this, it's most likely because they're actually farting.
Oh.
Like on a stream. Like if I were to mute and go, oh, hold on for a second. Oh. I would have been farting.
So it doesn't look suspicious. Is that what the...
I didn't listen to that again. I was reading whatever big twit longer.
That's it. All right, let's look at your number 2. And sure, we can do a Rosy Rivets again, but all right.
Oh, see, I thought this was going to be down to. I actually had switched these up. I put them in the wrong order. I mean, I just like the book, and I like that they did it with her. The only thing that I'll say is I wish that it was glow in the dark arm and it glow in the dark eyelids on it. I think it probably would have killed like that.
That would have been.
But they did a great job, and I think sometimes they misuse the Rosy Riveter thing. In this case, I think it was well done, and not just half-assed. So if you're going to do it right, and they did it right.
All right, I got nothing against. There's nothing against it. It's just,
yeah.
All right, you want to see everybody? You ready for Marco's number
Craig,
1?
Dude, I love Craig 69 picking a Frank Miller cover. They like picking it. Bloody boogers or non-bloody boogers. All right, what do we got next?
This one I didn't pick because I felt like it would have been not suitable because I swear I can see nipple, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's because you're a perv.
But no,
World Tree has some wild cover. I actually can't believe World Tree.
So actually, the reason why I didn't is because I picked one of the incentives for my incentive list. That's
also this is for people who have pony fetishes. If you look, she's got the pony butt going on.
Yeah, she's got a bit of a tail.
Yeah, but here's the deal with this one. World Tree has been tough to read, so I stopped reading it. But then I picked up this one because I actually like the cover a lot. And I'm not, I don't do Gooner covers. I think there is a difference between having a Gooner cover and something that is artistically done well. I think the problem with World Tree is they have a lot of Gooner covers and they don't do it particularly well. In this case, I think it's the complete opposite. So you got to tip your cap when you see one. And I mean, they did a great job.
It's good. I like it. It came close.
I like how the fully covered Lisner Wacky Races 1970 outfit is a Gooner cover.
Because of the car. Remember?
Because of the highlights. Because of the highlights. What do they call it? It's headlights because of the headlights.
Yeah, it was the car with the come hither lips. That's what it was.
Yeah. Hey, those car fetish people. But yeah, I mean, like that I think World Tree does have a Gooner problem to it as far as the cover go, but this ain't it. I got your back on that one, JJ. I said it wasn't that bad of a Gooner cover.
All right, well, let's move on. There we go. Those are the regular run covers. So now we can get into our incentive variants. Well, it doesn't say incentive variants. That's what it is. We're not talking about B covers. We're talking about ratios.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I'll give you my 5. And the reason why I didn't have World Tree in there because I have another.
Yeah, Barlord. I think we're on the same wavelength with that. It just got really tough. Honestly, they should have just left. They should have ended it after the first.
I'm just behind on reading it, but I'm still buying them.
Oh, you shouldn't. You should.
Too late now, and that's why I'm writing it at this point. I'm writing it out because I'm almost through the next arc, so I might as well just get the next couple.
Yeah, you could. I would stop after that because it ain't good
at this stage.
Who does that? Who writes that?
What?
Who writes World Tree? Is that
Tinian book? Is it?
Go back. Put the variant cover up.
Put the variant cover up. We'll figure it out. All right.
Well, you made me go back now.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's tiny. It's
see what you've done.
Tinian. Is that the right way to say it?
Yeah, Tinian.
Tinian. I always said Tinian, but I don't know if that's right.
I say Tinian too because
it's why. I'll tell you about Tinian books. We're going to review a Tinian book later. I'll tell you why. And remember, World Tree is the same way. So, spoiler alert, you know where I'm going with this. If you read World Tree.
No, I don't, but we'll see when we get there.
Okay, right, yeah. I thought it was Tinian.
Tiny onion. That's why I wanted to rhyme, but that's it. All right, so my number 5.
Meyer, you ain't lying. He just needs to do one arc, and that's it. Then be done.
All right. I like the ice pop idea here. It's like the popsicle. You got popsicle stick. You got the no artificial flavors and colors. I don't know. I liked it for this Cold Witch image title. I know nothing about this title. I know it's part of a series. I don't know if it's adapted from something else. I just liked it. It's a 1 in 10. Not a huge incentive. I just like the idea because it's an excellent source of vitamin C.
I think of a Russian popsicle poster.
I think if it was a B cover, it'd be fine.
No, it's just a 1 in 10.
I don't care. I'm not paying anything above cover for this. Actually, below cover. I need this book below cover to buy this cover.
All right, fine. Well, I don't want to, again, we got to kind of pick up the pace a little bit. Don't want to spend all night here. So
Yeah.
we're going to keep rolling. Number 4, Uncanny X-Men.
I like
Number
this.
one,
I couldn't
14.
complain with it. No,
I just like it. I don't
think it was
still playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, so I'm seeing Komodos and all that stuff.
Once again, I don't think it deems 1 in 25 very
Sure it does. I'm not going to pay.
ratio,
What
but-
deems that anymore though? Like there's like 18.
Oh,
covers.
agreed. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I like it. I think it's cool.
I just like it. Yeah, I like it. All right. At 3, I got another 1 in 10, but this is that fashion school serial killer because it's just kind of creepy.
I don't find this creepy at all. I think this is probably your worst pick of the whole.
What do you mean? Like the top half of her torso being used to present makeup. Like they're working on a
Yeah. Oh, that's her torso. I thought it was just a mannequin.
on a stick.
No,
they
it's a person.
didn't do. Yeah, they
Or
didn't do a
formerly.
good
Not a
job.
mannequin.
They didn't do a good job expressing that.
That's
So-
meat.
Really?
Oh
You
well,
couldn't gather that by looking at the thing.
draw some better meat, I guess. I don't know.
That's what I mean. It's not just a mannequin cover. It's a person's head and shoulders.
Yeah, well, then make it look like something that you expect
Well,
out of
not the overly
ECW or
gory.
of horror.
That's why I kind of liked it.
Yeah, make it something horror-y. Horror-y?
It is. The
Horror.
idea of it is horror-y.
Horror,
Like, I don't need it to be overly detailed.
horror-y. No, it isn't. This
Hey,
is very
Marco-
bland. This is
Marco
very
sticks
bland.
his head in like Ed Gein's house and is like, not enough horror in here.
Yeah, well, come on. Give me some limbs.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do something. This is plain Jane. Like, when I think horror, I'm not like, damn, cool, this cover.
No, this is more the type the horror
I think
covers that
it-
I like. Anyone,
I think Witchblade. This reminds me of something might show up on a Witchblade cover.
which
I think it would have been better off if
Yeah,
they didn't use like a
Mid.
black background for this. Is the only thing I feel like.
Nah.
Maybe, or they did a mirror and you see some like something.
All right,
on
Yeah,
the
like, add a little bit more to it or something.
yeah, something.
Here's why I put World Tree 1 in 25 in here because I just thought this one was just messed up and I kind of like it.
Yeah,
Where they're climbing out of the mouth with all the green drippings of goo.
yeah.
I like it.
Ectoplasm.
So
I
that's
mean,
why
once
didn't
again,
put the
not a
other one.
terrible cover. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell you this is a terrible cover because it's not.
I like this one.
But I know you're not going to like my top pick. You know, I know you're not going to.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. What Meyer just said, I think the main cover is way better than it.
Maybe.
Ugh. Wow. Wow.
Now I liked this Supergirl guy. I didn't. Like
Oh
the-
shit! This is Forbes. I'm sorry, I didn't update the thing. This is
Yeah.
Forbes. This got
But
Forbes.
I like the Scott Forbes Supergirl.
Wow.
Much better than I did the
Number one.
See?
Huh?
A cover or B cover, whatever it was there.
Well, when you have a pile of shit, the corn on the top rises, I guess. This is, dude. Meyer thinks you're great here. I just, I don't know, man.
I just like it. I don't have to explain everything. I just like it.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
Although-
as much as you guys making fun of my popsicle pick, I'd like you to know, and he's not here to defend himself, that this was Dub's pick for the Vincent edition this week.
Well, yeah,
It's
but
a
nobody's
popsicle
ever said.
book.
Hold on, nobody's
Well,
ever
screw
said
you
Dub
guys.
has good taste. Like, so I don't know what to tell you about that.
The only thing I
Never
don't like
been.
about that Supergirl cover is like I don't know that like seagulls you can use in the same way you do like doves and like
Or the
actually-
knock
not a
knee
John
thing.
Woo
I don't
movie.
get it.
John
They're
Woo
just
used
there at a
seagulls.
bus stop with the French fries from McDonald's that people get because bus stops are near a lot of McDonald's, or McDonald's are near bus stops. I don't know which one it is, chicken or the egg. You decide.
Yeah, it's not mind blowing, Meyer. There's not a single battle beast for here. That's not mind blowing at all.
Anyway,
Aren't they, like all the
this was
same with
Dub's
different-
Yeah,
top.
they were. They were. Oh, battle beast.
All right, let's see JJ's incentive pick, which I still have issue with these. and this is his argument for Better Doom Portrait of the Week.
Better Doom Portrait.
I would
I don't like
disagree.
the idea that it's a 1 in 25 on a facsimile. Don't get me wrong, but art-wise, it's the better one.
Yeah, I'll go with Granoff. I don't know. I don't know if
better.
I go with Granoff. I don't know. I like it better.
They're close. I do like this Ryan Brown, but I hate the idea of putting a different cover.
Is this Ryan Brown or is this Will Siley?
This is Ryan Brown.
Yeah.
This is Ryan Brown. But it's a facsimile.
Also, also something I don't use is the facsimile covers.
That don't make sense.
Store exclusives.
It's just a reprint.
It's not like it's a store exclusive. It's an official Marvel cover.
It is. It's just a dumb idea to put new art on a facsimile.
I don't know. Maybe we'll start putting those in. Yeah, you like both? He thinks this one's nicer. Yeah, fair enough. The other one was an A cover. So 125 on a facsimile.
It was an open.
Oh, it was B cover.
It was like a C or D. God knows how. There's so many Doom covers there too. It's in the pile. It's in the pile of open orders.
All right, what do we got next?
All right, well now we have Marco's top 3.
Well, yeah, I didn't give you because some of yours I agreed with. I told you. Well, no, because I told you I agreed with some of your top 5. I don't have a problem with it. I'm not going to nitpick
I'm
over.
lay into one of them here soon.
This was what I had as 1. No, this isn't what I had as 3. This is 1, but that's all right.
This is 1?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I think so. I can't remember. I did it. I don't know. I half-assed it anyways. When I lay my vengeance upon thee 4. Yeah. Now listen, I know there's a trade dress version of it, but I thought this, and I actually have this book. I thought it was really cool. I thought they did a great job with it. The book on the inside is okay, but
it's all right.
Maybe I did have this at 3. Let's see what my 2 is.
It's all right, but I'm just sticking on this. I mean, it's in the same way.
Hold on. Let's go back to your 5 again, so I can tell you which 2 of your 5 are just.
No, I'm gonna go to you complaining about when you thought it was just a mannequin head, and when I said no.
Oh yeah, this is better than that. This is actually my retort to that.
This is a retort to that.
Yeah, 100%. This is better than that.
I've seen pre-code horror done better than this. This is just
pre-code horror.
That's true.
This isn't pre-code horror.
I know. I'm telling you, pre-code horror did it better.
I don't get
what I'm trying to.
Pre-code horror definitely did better than the book that you did that was trying to do pre-code horror.
I wasn't trying to say anything about pre-code horror with the book that I chose. The book that I chose, I was basing it off of what I was given. This one I've seen before, and pre-code horror did it better.
Oh, yeah, the homage. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So did the
that and the weird peach background. Like, where are they? What is this peach background? Are they in a weird like grandma's house?
Hold on, time out. We're breaking down the cover of that after we did ventilation for 15 minutes. We did a 15-minute conversation on ventilation. We're talking about peach background. Yeah, it's a contrasting color to the blues and blacks. That's what it is in part of the palette.
The blue and black.
Huh?
I'm just messing with you.
It is. It's like a sunset. Look at it. It's definitely great.
Your second pick, I almost put in my, even though Jay doesn't like it. I almost picked this one because I do like the classic Superman.
I don't know, man. I so didn't want to put this in here. Like it's like everything. This is why it got moved up into 1. And by the way, these aren't in any order, 1, 2, or 3. These are just I know, but I didn't put it in the orders when I put them down because I didn't have the top 5. I just kind of put them in whatever.
Let me name at least 3 things wrong with this cover real fast. The chest is way too big. The S is out of proportion. And also his hands.
He's an alien. Who cares?
His hands pulling the things apart are like deformed and smallish looking. It looks like the character, the Chris Elliott character from a Scary Movie, where you're supposed to grab his strong arm. Like it's awful.
And here I thought you were going to say, and he's wearing a brown belt with black pants.
That too. That's just a fashion faux pas.
I'll be honest with you. It takes a lot to put a Superman cover on it. It also takes a lot of for me to get negative space on here. But this one I actually thought did a really good job. It's red. It's just plain. It's whatever space.
Yeah, it's not negative space, but it is just
not negative
empty.
Space
It's space, orange space.
This is drawing with the red background. That's all.
Red background space, whatever you want to call it. I just thought they did a good job. Like it actually makes Superman look like Clark Kent's turning to somebody like Superman. Like Superman.
Mario's right. It makes Superman look like Rob Liefeld drew.
Get out of here.
I kind of like it. I'll give you that.
And I like how they did the action. I like how they did all the stuff too. The like solid logo and everything.
And Marco, now that I see what you did have listed as your last one, which I assumed because you did it in the same order as your other books, that's why I thought that was the order.
Yeah.
I can see why maybe that other one was your top pick, which I still would disagree with being best.
It wasn't top pick though. It's just like getting 3 down that could have taken place for those.
You said it's why is this an incentive? I don't know. It's just the two of them.
I actually like this. Yeah, I mean, look, for the 1 in 25 incentives, the outer space tribute background, I thought was pretty sweet, dude. Hey,
like the outer space.
I like wild shit sometimes, dude. I like stuff that's different. And
you want the Kirby wild spacey background.
Yes, 100%. Sorry that I like Kirby's art. I like it. Whatever, dude. I just thought it was a lot cooler. Don't give me that when you gave me a popsicle stick lady with a fucking black,
popsicle stick lady. At least you knew what you're looking at. Here, if you look fast enough, Simon's leg kind of could be John's leg.
I like it.
I don't know whose leg is
I like it.
Are they intertwined? Are they hugging? Is he
saying? Look, I'm for all the people. So if you took a couple edibles, this is definitely the one you're grabbing, bro. I'm just representing all the different people. I'm trying to give a little bit of a sample of it all. I don't need to do Norman Rockwell fucking paintings here. Try to be elitist. I mean, this is great, dude. Actually, this looks
elitist.
By the way, it looks better in person. By the way, I just would like to say, I'm not trying to defend myself because it looks awesome here too, but it does look better in person. I would like to say that too. This does not look Frank Miller. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, it does.
It does not. Anyways, there we go. At least it's not a popsicle stick lady or a popsicle, literally a popsicle stick. So
I bet if a popsicle stick lady was just drawn and then posted on a background of space, you wouldn't have a problem with it.
All right. So
I thought it was good. I actually really enjoyed
covers for the week. Do we want to? Is there any other ones you want to look at before we move on?
You know which one I liked, but it was a connected cover. I liked the Transformers connecting cover this week, which had what's her name on it?
The Nakayama.
Maybe
1 in 10. Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, he's doing a good job on those.
Yeah.
You know what? There's a couple that I was going to put in that we'll talk about later. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, this is the Nakayama 1 in 10.
It looks like every art term ever.
Yeah, let's go to the Supergirl ones because somebody's saying the Supergirl
ones. Well, we can get to that in a minute. Here we go. Supergirl, you want me? You say, huh? All right.
I don't want it.
So this is what? This is Sophie Campbell.
That's terrible.
Regular.
That's terrible.
It's all right. It's okay. It's a cover. No, that's store exclusive. That's exclusive. Why are they going to exclusives from one?
I don't know. Go down, just click on.
Here we go. I figured it would just go there to the next section.
Yeah, I like the art term, but it looks like every art term super.
It does.
Yeah, it's art term over art term. I'm kind of
art term with his mid thigh up, body shot. That's where he goes. He cuts it right in the mid leg, and then.
But you got the art term. Okay,
fair enough. I mean, it is what it is. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's just the same thing.
God damn it! Go away.
Click not get the message.
I just got all these windows are just messing with me here. All right. Jesus Christ, they really want to push these store variants. I got to go here. The Villalobos also felt like a book. I feel like we just saw this. Like
we could have done the Villalobos. It's not a terrible cover.
It's not, but I feel like we just saw this like in a Power Girl cover or something recently.
Covers shouldn't have lens flare.
You and a lens flare. I know JJ's issues with lens flare.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all right in an Adam Hughes-esque kind of way. It's all right. It's just I felt like I've seen it before, which is why I didn't select it.
Yeah, the top half
and here we go,
Hughes.
Middleton.
I like this one, but the legs look weird. Am I just the only one that thinks they look really weird?
No, I don't know what's wrong with Middleton too. I used to really love. Remember when Middleton used to get all the B covers for DC? I used to like a lot of Middleton covers, and then
he did like I don't know, like 3 dozen Batgirl B covers.
My problem when I saw this cover is her face looked so familiar, and it took me a while to figure it out. Like in my head, I knew I was seeing something, and I couldn't figure out what I was seeing. I eventually did figure it out. Look at the face. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's Tori Amos. Look at the face.
Tori Amos.
Deep cut. No, nobody followed along with that.
Tori Amos. Exactly. You got to go back like the 90s.
Wait, is Tori Amos the lady that's got the dog commercials?
No, that's Sarah
McLachlan. That's Sarah McLachlan.
But similar like
they're
sound.
The same thing though.
With the music.
Okay. Everybody under the age of 35 is like, who the hell is Tori Amos?
I'm seeing like a Nordic, just some Norwegian lady.
I don't know, man.
Elka. And that was our Supergirl. It's Elka.
I think a lot of Middleton's faces look alike to me, but
wheat germ to drink. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
Point being, that was a regular cover, and then we had a foil art germ, and then we had a blank cover.
Yeah, there
and
really
then,
wasn't anything good there.
And then for some stupid ass reason, let's just put Superman on the Supergirl cover because why not?
I thought there wasn't like an Action Comics this comic this week that you could have put Superman on a whole bunch of times.
Yeah, right.
Let's just put a Superman movie cover on Supergirl. Why? I don't know. Somebody will buy it.
Cross promotion, man.
Hold on. In the back of Green Lantern, they had the preview for this week's Supergirl saying coming
That's
soon.
true. They did. And then we have the Beverly Elquist, whatever how you say her name. Bill Quist Everly.
What is that? What is wrong with her abs? That is gross.
I think she's supposed to be really cut, but it looks weird.
It looks weird. It looks like she's.
What about? Too, I'm not sure.
I'm not going to say anything because I don't want.
I'm not even sure what she's sitting on that cover.
And then we got the Forbes that I showed you.
I like
with
the Forbes.
JJ's worry about the John Woo doves.
Seagulls aren't doves.
Okay.
All right.
Cool if it's doves.
Were there any other books that you wanted to
go to?
Here's one I wanted to look at because the Dark Patterns. This was fine, but I got to tell you, it was Ashley Wood. I like the Ashley Wood better.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even go check the second
I like
one.
the Ashley. I almost considered it, but
that's good.
He's also done these covers have kind of looked the same for a while too.
That's good.
Why is he a building? I actually haven't read this. Did they explain this?
I don't really get it.
No, I didn't read it. I actually didn't read this book. No,
I don't really get. Well, I didn't read this issue yet, but the arc, like Scarface, is a building. He's not just a puppet. Like he's a building. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah. Strange. Right. He's a transformer now.
He's Metro.
What else is there? I don't feel
Wooden transformer.
Battle Beast covers.
The Spawn stuff was all right. Anytime you get the Spawn,
I did too. That's what I'm saying. There's some decent mid Spawn
books are good. I mean, solid Spawn. This one reminds me of Shadow of Colossus. Remember that video game back in the day?
One I'm trying to.
Like this was kind of cool. It's just
I was gonna put out the 2000 AD, but I know nobody gives a shit about 2000.
Yeah, no, with the AD. I like the King Spawn too. You got Puppeteer Lee giving us the weird, creepy clown, and then you got Spawn with a bunch of ripping his own face off with skulls just growing out of his head.
The second one kind of sucks. The first one's all right.
I kind of like this.
I love it. I mean, it's just not great.
Where are we going?
Pull up the DC versus Vampire real quick.
Oh yeah, somebody brought
DC. That's right. That's
there
were a couple of.
That's the last one. Then we're gonna be done.
I didn't hate the variants for it. Like that the A cover's bad.
It's the regular cover.
Yeah, the A cover's
not one of the good ones. I like the Danny, even though it has a Frank Miller vibe.
Nope.
Yeah. I don't know about the pose.
Yeah, that pose looks nope.
The pose and the reaching.
No, thank you.
Connotations.
What? She's at a strip club.
I like the art.
It looks like she's about to squat a dump on them or something.
Like it was a slightly different pose.
They pay extra for that.
Would be better.
They might.
But I like the big Barda.
Nope.
Yeah, the big Barda Bjorn Barons.
Like
it's creepy.
Yeah.
Like it's creepy. But
all right, Meyer. All right, Meyer. I'll give
Vampire.
it to you. Yeah, I'll give it to you. I just can't stomach the series. It's fucking terrible.
I just can't keep. I just don't know where we're at. I mean, it's just there's so much going on. Oh, just the three. I just can't keep up reading it. I tried reading it for a bit, but I'm like, wait, what? Who's a vampire? He's what?
Let's get to take it or leave it because we're already an hour in.
Yep. All right. So with that said, I got to get out of here. How about we just do this? All right, and then we got to run the thing. Well, I got to get rid of the screen too, so I can be ready for when we do take it or leave it. Jesus. So much to do. So little time.
Here, I'll look at them real quickly here, Meyer, and see.
Where's the thing? You could have run the thing for me. There it is. Oh, we got to change the background now.
That's all right, Meyer. I'll run through it. You want us to look at it. I'm just not a huge fan of it.
I did kind of like the was it the B Battle Beast that was like the close up with the red blood cover or whatever it was.
Yeah, the C
Battle Beast. can't remember which one I liked.
Or no, that's the third one or whatever.
I think it was an open order one.
What are your
Yeah,
thoughts on the
totally.
blind bags? I do have some blind bags coming, but I didn't get them yet. My dad didn't stop.
I don't know.
like
We can
those.
open them if you want, I guess. I don't know. It sounds like a gimmick, like always with that.
Well, it is.
No,
I mean, it is a
you know
gimmick.
how the gimmicks go.
100%.
And as long as you buy it because you enjoy the gimmick, no problem with it.
Well, here's the thing. When you think about the gimmicks of the past, right? We go with like the Harley books, and it's like, hey, it's a blind bag. You're going to get either a full color version, a sketch version, or or a black and white version.
Yeah.
Whatever the three options were. You knew what you were getting.
You're not,
Same thing with
Meyer. You're
Walking
not. You're
Dead.
not.
Walking Dead did it. They had trade dress, a virgin, and then like a sketch version, and then
Skybound
maybe
did
you
with
get
something
some
else.
crazy book. This one, you're basically going to get a chance at any of the incentives thrown in there. Like you're going to get any of the covers that are available, and then they threw a couple of other surprises in, which were basically reprints of other books.
Yeah.
But they're still limited. So
How much were they?
cover ish? Maybe a buck
Okay.
more.
Yeah, it's not bad.
$5. Something like that.
Everybody loves a good gimmick. That's pretty fun.
Huh.
I mean,
I
it's
did, like I
trading-
said, I got a couple. We'll see.
It's trading card comics,
Oh, so you did?
right? I mean,
Yeah.
but it's
$3.99. So
exactly
that's not
cards.
bad. Yeah.
It's the whole card thing, the whole card
Yeah.
aspect.
Yeah.
Trying to
All
get a
right,
parallel.
well, I mean, that's all right. I mean,
All right, let's
the
get into comic
Battle
reviews.
Beasts weren't bad covers. The second cover, the reality one, I really liked that.
See, I picked your gran off for this.
Mm-hmm.
I picked your gran
That's
off
not
for
what I
Very
wanted you to
plain
pick. I
portrait.
wanted you to pick the Dormammu cover.
Dormammu.
Yeah, Dormammu. I actually like that. It reminded me a lot of the original Marvel card series when Dormammu had like 2 special cards or something in it. Never read Strange growing up, and for some reason, and I know he has like Fantastic Four / Doom tendencies in him, but I always found that character interesting. And read the book. Didn't out of all the Doom books, I didn't mind this one so much. It wasn't great. I'll give you that. It wasn't great.
It was
But I
just
wasn't
like
mad
one
that I
long
picked it up.
fight.
Hmm?
Just one long fight,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Well, which kind of ended kind of lame-o, but you know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're not gonna spoil it, Meyer. So I'm giving it a crooked thumbs up.
That's where I was going to go with it too, because I'll admit some of the others of this Doom series were just a chore. This wasn't so
Yeah.
much a chore; it was just a fight.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
But
I'll
the
tell
fight
you,
was
there's
still
a
better
book.
than some of the other crap we got before this.
I will tell you, there's a lot of books this week where it's like the potential is there, and like they just maybe either made the books too long and missed the mark, or they didn't finish the story right. This one they didn't finish the story right because I think there's something they could have done. I don't want to spoil, but they could have done to finish the story off well. It would have done it, it would have been a home run. Instead, it's just a crooked thumbs up. So
Did you get to this one, JJ, or not?
I did not read this one.
That's fine. That's fine, but it's still on a crooked.
I read the
can't
first 2. I
even
didn't
give
really
it to
care
take it,
for
but
those.
we are.
mm-hmm.
Then we've got, again, I'm a big fan of both properties. Godzilla versus the X-Men. I just went with the A cover here. I wasn't about to try to pick, which I thought was my favorite, because
Everybody sighs.
this was
Absolutely.
this was
something-
something. I'll tell you that much. This was
Yeah, King, I get it.
First off, let me just say this. I'm sick of these books being Godzilla versus whoever. Not in a single one of them so far have they actually fought each other, I don't think.
They did in this one, kind of. Should they?
no, not really.
Not really.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right.
Not really.
They
I said
kind of
kind of.
megazorded it in a weird sort of way,
Yeah.
and then
They
they
fought
kind
him
of
about as much as the Hulk fought him in the Hulk book. Like there's like one panel.
And I like how they
Meyer, see you later.
shorthanded it, and they just had the Marvel corner box like in there like 5 times. Hey, let's just put all their heads. That'll symbolize they're all in there. Like, what does that
Yeah.
mean? Are all their minds working? I don't know. This is a weird.
Yeah, they
story.
are friends, I guess.
But it's called
I-
Versus. What is
Yeah.
Godzilla and X-Men or something?
It's crooked thumbs down because it wasn't. This is the problem with it. It's crooked thumbs down because it wasn't the worst one of these Godzilla versus books.
I don't
like-
give a shit. It's still not good. I'm
It's
full
not
on down.
Yeah.
good.
I'm
Well, I
still
mean, it's
like,
thumbs
can't.
down, but it's not.
It was
I can't.
it was slightly
Just
better
because
than
it was
the other
mildly
crap.
better than some of the others. It's just one much better.
I will go thumbs down for this one. This is one I did.
Yeah, it's not great. I'll tell you that
I'm with
much.
Pete. I can only make so many excuses for these books.
Yeah, I love the characters. I love it.
All right,
I'll
what do
give
we
you
got
one
next?
thing. They drew Godzilla inside the book, kind of like he looked in the old movies. Like,
yeah, it was decent.
Yeah,
I'll give him that. They didn't give him much to do, but I'll give you that.
They did. The premise was kind of fucking weak as shit.
Premise was stupid. The execution was
All right, what do we got next?
just not good. All right, that's our Marvel. So let's go over to Tori Amos.
Not a good week. By the way, not a good week for any Marvel book this week.
See, I didn't know we were going to look at the other cover, so I put this in here specifically.
Can I
could
pause real quickly?
What?
I read some other Marvel books too, by the way. So before people get on that kick, those weren't like that Godzilla vs. X-Men by far wasn't even anywhere close to the worst Marvel book of the week. There is some Marvel straight trash.
I'm not saying much.
Yeah.
No, I mean, no, it's really bad. All right,
were you really looking forward to Spider-Verse versus Venomverse this week? Is that
dude?
it?
Not only that other Doom book was fucking atrocious. It was
Which one?
The
Thunderbolts Doom?
Is that the one?
That's been rough since the start.
Oh my god!
I think I didn't read it yet, but Red Hulk has been okay. I'm okay. I'm not looking forward to, but I'm gonna check that one out. And what was the other?
They gotta do something, dude. They're in trouble, man.
Oh, the Doctor Strange one. Did you read it?
Wow.
Okay.
Oh.
Why do all Marvel characters have to be transported to other Marvel characters' universes?
I just threw up in my mouth a bit.
Can't you just write a Doctor Strange book?
It's because he needed to be a Sorcerer Supreme. Sort of.
Here's the lineup.
But Doom has it on Earth, so he had to go to Asgard, so he could
go
be
to
their
another dimension or planet or whatever.
Here's the line. I didn't even read it this week because I haven't read it yet, but I haven't gotten to Uncanny yet. Yet Ultimate X-Men, not great. Like really not good. Ultimate Black Panther, not good.
I threw in
One World Under Doom, the Drew Romano one that we read that fine. Miles Morales, okay.
I don't read
the Wolverine book, not good. Daredevil, horrible. Immortal Thor, not good. I didn't read Phoenix, but it looked terrible. X Factor's bad. Godzilla versus whatever. Helverine.
Thank God.
Helverine for some reason still going on. This is Doctor Strange Asgardian, worse than toilet paper. Thunderbolts is surprisingly the same. I thought it could be worse than toilet paper, and they proved me wrong. And then you're right, the Spider-Verse one. I mean, just terrible.
Why are you running down all the Marvel books while we're about to talk about Supergirl?
I'm just.
We need to get into. He starts to say, "Well, we really need to get into Take It or Leave It," and then
all right, let's go. Supergirl, let's go. Let's go. I'm just so disappointed in
you went through the whole catalog.
Speed the segment along by slowing it down extremely.
I'm just telling you, I'm disappointed in the whole lot of it.
That's fine. It was done already with the one sentence. We didn't need
a whole lot. No, I want the people to know. I don't want them wasting their money, man.
Like exposition in Last of Us. You just need to keep going and going.
Let's go. Move along. Let's go.
We don't move along. We didn't get to this one yet. We're here. We're at Supergirl.
This book is not good. I mean, look, I get it. Hold on. Stop. Hold on. Here it is. I don't know. I got to go check my phone to see. I guess probably not going to make it because I want to hear his opinion on this. I will tell you this. This book ain't for me, and I don't know who the fuck it's for. It probably whoever it's for, they might like it, but
I would assume it's for fans of Supergirl.
Yeah, but I've read Supergirl. No, hold on now. I've read some Supergirl and been like, that's okay. This was like, I don't.
Just
the only thing that was kind of cool.
Wait. Just admit, like I'm going to admit, I'm not a fan of Supergirl. I don't read a lot of Supergirl.
Yeah, right. I don't read a lot of it.
Just to say, yes, I've read some, but that doesn't mean that what they gave me here is like far off base of what.
Once again, I'm not saying it's bad. It wasn't the art. I didn't like. It's not the art.
I like the art. That's the only thing I'll tell you. I did like the art. For this
the art wasn't for me. There's a couple lines in here which I thought was like, okay, like hey, they're gonna knock Superman. She's like, dude, shut up. It's not a competition. Okay, but like the whole prison thing, I don't know, man. The stupid bad thing, I'm just gonna pet the bad guy in the head, and that's how I'm gonna beat him. Like literally, he's like, I'll just give him snuggles. I don't know. Okay, cool. That just I'm not.
I don't know. I'm
reading
going
a comic book about Snuggles, bro.
I'm
just
going
not.
to pick it up because I did like the art, and again, I know it's not for me. I didn't think it was awful. It's just not my book,
And
but
that's
it's all
where
right
I'm
for what it
saying.
is. If you like Supergirl, get it.
No,
Yeah.
but the problem is I've read Supergirl that isn't this Supergirl, and I thought that Supergirl is better. But I understand this is not for
Well,
me.
that doesn't
so
necessarily make it a bad book, though. Just 'cause-
No,
That's what I'm
right,
saying.
right. That's what I'm saying. Like the writing actually was decent, and it just wasn't written towards me. And
I
that's
know.
okay.
That's
So
why I'm
I'm
going.
gonna give it. That's why I'm
If
giving it a
you
crooked
like
thumbs up
it-
because I don't want people just to throw this book away if they want something different or if that's their like, like I could read. I don't know.
She's not Creeper.
I get that.
She's not John Constantine.
No, I get that, but I could read Batman and know when when
gruff
it's
British
good,
man.
even though I'm not a
She
huge
ain't
Batman fan.
Batman either.
No, but what I'm saying is like I could read Batman and know when it's good when it's not. You know what I mean? And like this is not good. It's just not me.
Yeah, but to me, this is fine for like a first issue. Like again, I'm not the target audience either. I'm not a huge Supergirl fan. I thought it was okay. I'll give you guys the art is kind of it can definitely be not your thing. That doesn't always throw me off that much when I'm reading.
No, me either. I'll give it a try.
It's a bit anime. It's got a lot of character in the faces and
yeah. Which
Exaggeration.
actually
She had
used to.
plastic
I read manga and
surgery?
stuff, so it's not that.
But
But like,
cover.
no, this is
I
Tori
understood the
Amos.
story. I saw what they were going for with it.
We've been through this already.
It could continue on and be decent. So I mean, I think crooked thumbs up too. I'm not gonna say go out and
Maybe
grab it.
kids.
It's awesome.
I don't
but
know if it's kids or teenagers.
It is what it is.
Tori Amos. That's why I put this one. That's why I picked this.
Okay,
cover.
we got it for the 8th time. It looks more
because I
like
didn't know we were going to do it in the other area. So I put
Barlord
it in
says
here.
it's
so I
aimed
could
at
definitely do
kids,
it.
and Marco thinks the face is, or Pete thinks the face they're referencing is Tori Amos, a pop singer from 15, 20 years ago.
No, it's more like
I don't know if it's aimed at young adults or kids, but
it's more like 30. We're talking.
I think it's probably like I would say this is aimed at like teen or early.
All right,
age.
I think we've covered this book to death. Let's go.
JJ, 15 years ago was still 2010.
God.
Yeah, we're getting old. That said, oh wait, so what did you give it? Would you give it?
Crooked thumbs too. Yep.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, so we're all in the crooked up. I mean, if you like Supergirl, you'll probably enjoy this. It's not the worst thing, but to everyone's point, we're not probably going to continue it because it's not for us.
Yeah, I'm not picking up another one.
That said, Green Lantern Corps number 4.
I can't say enough good stuff about what they're doing with Green Lantern Corps. I think it's great. They're introducing a lot of characters, flushing them out. Yeah. They do. Almost every single one they introduce a new character and kind of give you a little background flush out of them and everything else. I like the interior arts on it. It's fun. It's like it's tough to do cosmic without having to have a war all the time. And they're kind of doing that, right? Especially with this big of a cast they're using.
I'm surprised to hear you say that because Mannion's art in this is very similar to what we got in Supergirl.
We're gonna have a TV show that takes place in cosmic small town America. So
well, I don't want to get into the TV show.
Oh well, no, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in general, like the read's pretty. I guess, but the art was more childish, I think, in there, and there were like the.
It was very expressive.
And this is a little bit more. This is a little bit more free flowing with the like. It gives it a little. I mean, I think probably where Barlord's saying it's for kids. I don't think that's true.
This is not for
right.
Yeah, I would say. Well, actually,
like
this
20s, low 20s and teens, whatever. I think this one is more of a universal age, but I do think it's gearing a little bit higher up there. I know they have the young lady as a character that they're trying to push, but like it was fun. This reminded me, like if you're going to do Guardians, not like when they rebooted it for the 600 times, but they did a fun time with it. That was pretty good. So
where are you going?
I liked it.
Full thumb?
Yeah, full thumb.
See, here's my problem.
I can't complain about it.
I'm surprised that you gave this because I enjoyed the first run. Like I liked the little 3 arc that we had with the Red Lanterns. This one, however, went a weird kind of a goofy angle with a lot of it. Like what's with Narf? Where the hell did Narf come from?
That's what I'm saying. Like they're introducing some.
Yeah, but what Narf is, and he looked. It basically was a knockoff.
I watched Thundercats that week, and I'm like, you know what?
That's not Narf. But that's what I'm saying. Like they're doing these things where they're introducing these characters pretty quickly and trying to get you to know who they are, and you don't have to know
It
because
was
I will
hard.
tell you. Hold on, I'll be honest. Green Lantern Corps, the Green Lantern Corps as a whole is like, I mean, there's 8 billion of them. There's like,
I know.
there's-
I get it.
it's
I get
too
it. I
many.
get it. I got nothing against the squirrel. I got nothing against the squirrel. I got nothing against the fish man. This was
What about the
basically
broccoli guy?
Snarf with the
What about
ring.
broccoli guy? What about broccoli
Broccoli,
guy?
I'm fine
He
with
is for all
broccoli guy.
species, okay?
I'm fine with broccoli guy. The fact that they made him Snarf and named him Narf was too on the nose. It's just
Yeah.
you could have called
think
him
I-
something
Let's
else.
just drop
maybe-
the S and call it
maybe
an
for-
S.
Like,
For some
if
reason,
you
I
had
just
called
felt
him, I don't know, fuzzy.
Todd.
I'd be fine.
Todd. Todd.
I think it was fine for the tone of the book. I give it a thumbs up. Like Barlord said too. I don't know. Whenever I bring this book up, people are surprised I'm reading it, but then they secretly say, "Yeah, I like
I
it
haven't
too."
even,
Yeah,
haven't
I
even
like
picked
the
up
first
this-
one. This one I didn't like as much as the first three.
I haven't even picked up
I'm
this to look at the
crooked.
cover. Are they playing soccer? What does it look like? He was doing like a Pele on the cover.
No. It's two different parts inside the book. One he's saving. Two, she's working on. There's a car that is on the inside. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and there's a whole bit about I'm 12, but I thought your name was Teen Lantern, which again is one of the worst names for a character.
Yeah, I will tell you the Teen Lantern stuff's a little wonky, but I mean, just
that's all. It's just crooked.
Yeah,
You can-
hey, I'm not saying it's
military
perfect.
at the age of 12.
By the way, I'm not saying it's perfect by any stretch of the imaginations, but I think it's a hard task, and especially to make it consumable to the masses.
All I'm
They're
saying
doing a
though,
good
is what I'm
job.
saying the first three issues were really good. I enjoyed them.
Mhm.
This one kind of took a little bit of a step back. That they got to bring me. Hold on, they got to bring me back now with the next issue.
Pete, this is what I'll give you. I read the first 3 pages. I was like going through it, and I was like, "Wait, what the bleep?" And then I went back and read it again, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I can see this." So like, I hear where you're coming from.
I know what you're saying too, and I know where they're going with it. It's just you didn't have to be so on the nose with your Narf. And,
Oh, you just hate the snarf.
I hated
I get it.
because he was in a good third of the book,
Yeah, no, he was.
and then
You
you got
know, the bad part,
Seminary,
the wildest
which I'm
part
also
about
not
this,
a
the
fan
worst
of, and the
part.
other third.
Hold on, though. Hold on. The worst part about this is fucking Supergirl saving a pink tutu shark, which we seem to forget to mention because we're going to talk highly
That
of
was the preview at the back of
Supergirl.
this book.
But yeah, but Supergirl's in that other book saving tutu sharks, which the fuck out of here.
Yeah, but I would
Style of the
expect that
book.
from a Supergirl book.
Yeah.
I was looking for
Aimed
something
at
different
teenage
after these
girls.
guys just took down a ship of former Red Lanterns that were like space pirates. Like it was a different vibe.
Yeah, they were going back to level setting, Pete. Level setting. JJ, what'd you think of this book?
I didn't read this one.
All right. Well, move along.
We're
Let's
still
take it then.
overall take it for this. Overall, I'll still say take it.
I got
It's still
pulled from the
enjoyable.
ballpen for this episode. I didn't
All
get a
right.
chance to read everything.
Oh, we've been in take it or leave it. We moved take it or leave it up. DK. All right, what do we got next?
Second segment. All right, our last book for the day, Exquisite Corpses from
I'm glad you left this for the
Tinian?
end.
Tinian.
Here's what I'm going to say about this. This is, oh, damn, I wish Myra was here because I think he would agree with it. Tinian does a great job getting like 8-10 books. I mean, it tells a full story in the 8 to 10 books. I didn't know who wrote this. The minute I started reading, I was like, "Oh shit, this is a Tinian book, isn't it?"
I got
And
to
it
disagree real
is.
quick with something. I don't think he tells a full story in the 8 to 10 books. He doesn't have an ending. He's just
Oh,
full
I think
story.
this one will
It's
though.
3/4 of a story. in
I
8 to
think
10
this one
books.
will though. This one will have an ending.
yeah. I just think, and here's the thing. At first, I was like, "Shit, here we go again," but then I was like, "I can." Considering I didn't, I unfortunately started with this book. I think if I read this book after, I usually leave the good stuff for the end, and I didn't know how I was going to like this book. I didn't know who wrote it. I just knew I picked it up because it was on a list of one of the books we might do. So I was like, all right, fuck it, I'm going to pick up this independent. I did it, and I was like, shit, dude, here we go again. Same independent bullshit. Everybody's going to say best writing ever. Oh, independents have the best writing, and it's just generically reprinted stuff. Then they kind of went a route that was a little bit different. The problem I did have with this book, and I hate to say this, the problem I had with this book was I thought it was too long. It didn't get to the point right away. It stretched out the point a little bit where I'm like, I mean,
Too much
I
exposition.
really want.
He had a dozen.
There's like
characters
2 people that have
to
said they haven't read this book yet, so I don't want to ruin it. But there's a part where there's a person who sees another person, and it's a dialogue that goes back and forth throughout the book. And I just thought that dialogue maybe
they had
kept
a dozen
overextending.
characters to introduce. Well, actually, a couple dozen when you figure their counterparts and everything.
Yeah, which I thought
There's
also
a lot
too,
to do in this book.
Which I also thought, did we really need that? Like, do we really need a full?
Well,
2
yes,
pages?
because if you carried that shit over 2 issues, people would they would drop the book. Like people would drop out if you carried the intro out for two issues. They ain't sticking.
No, but I think you could have done
done.
I think you could have done introducing the person down in the corner thing, holding the card, and they represent. We didn't need backstory on it because there wasn't any backstory.
It was like 1 page a person. It was
fine. I know, but that's what I'm saying. We didn't need that. We just needed. And this person shows up, and this is their representative. And this person shows up, and this is their representative.
Here's some shorthand for you. Reading this was like watching Smoking Aces. I don't know if you saw Smoking Aces, but like how they kind of do a quick little shoof, and they'll like tell you who the person is.
Yeah,
like,
So
I mean, I like that portion of it. I just didn't need the 2 pages before that.
You're telling me it had a lot of screen wipes and
no.
Whoosh, whoosh.
But thumbs up. I'm giving it a thumbs up. I really liked it.
I enjoyed it too. I read this first because this was the first book that was on our reading list for the day. So I read
just like anything else. I'm going to read I'm going to read the first arc of a
I wanted
story,
to read it anyway.
And I'm going to give up on it.
What I thought this was going to be based again. I'm not going to spoil it, but based off of what's in the synopsis, like I thought we were going to be reading like live action Fortnite, which kind of are, but they give some backstory behind it. They give backstory behind it, which is kind of interesting.
Battle Royale, you mean?
Oh, the backstory behind it's complete bullshit.
It's silly.
There's nothing. There's no backstory behind it. But it's all right. It's going to be a good book. But this is it. I mean, it's 100%. I'm reading this first arc, and then I'm reading 8 books, whatever he does, and then I won't be reading any more of it because that's it.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting, right? Again, I did enjoy this though. I'm looking forward to reading more of it. It's not the most heady book in the world. I'm not gonna say, "Oh my god, it's the best written thing in the world."
Oh no,
it's just fun. I think I'm gonna have fun reading this.
Yeah. All right, what's next? Is that it?
That actually is it for our take it or leave, because without Dub, I didn't want to do Last of Us, and there was nothing else really to kind of review TV wise. We didn't do a retro book, so
I mean, here's his thing. He is kind of. The problem with it is he only is for his first art. You tell me, World Tree's the perfect example for this. This is what I was kind of saying earlier. I actually enjoyed World Tree up for the first 12 issues, and then when they ended the thing, and it wasn't end because you found out that the girl was. Hold on, you found out about the sister. I don't want to spoil it because some people haven't been on to it.
Yeah.
You found out about the nude chick. You found out about the sister. And then stop. I think if he just stopped there, we didn't need anything more. But then he decided to do expose on that shit, which now it's a fucking hot mess of turd farts, and you just don't need it. And I think that's his problem.
He has too many projects. I have a question. Do you think Tynion could write a one-shot?
A very long one.
A story that's self-contained, beginning to end, in let's say 42 pages.
I don't know about one shot though.
I know you're saying that. I know you're criticizing his not having an ending, but I actually think World Tree was a beginning, a middle, and an end. That was actually a full story.
But he keeps going. That's not the end.
But that's the problem. He ends the story. He ends the story, then comes back. Right. That's what I'm saying, JJ. He ends the story and then comes back to it. I think if he just ended the story and moved on, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'm hoping Let This One Be a Devil will have a good ending. I like it so far. I feel like it has an ending in mind, and it will have an end. I don't think it's
DK, who do you got? I mean, because obviously, I think you got to put Hickman in the list no matter what. And I know Hickman is this.
Well, aren't we? If we're gonna shit on Tynion for not having an ending, you say the same thing with Hickman with world building. Building a world. He's great at building a world, but then where's the world go?
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Hickman can end. You just have to give him 5 years.
Well, give me a 60.
That's what I'm saying. Tynion can end too if you just don't let him right after the first year. You give him 1 year, he has a story done.
Don't let him go back to it.
It's like saying George. It's like saying George Martin can have an ending. You know, he doesn't end it, but he can have an ending. I mean,
no. We've seen it in East and West. We've seen it before in some of the X-Men titles that he actually did end.
Well, East and West. That's
saw
kind of like that's an independent creator owned-ish sort of thing over at Image.
That's what this shit is. What? Wait. Hold on. Which book is Tinian doing that's not independently created?
I know. That's why I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about Hickman with some of the ideas that he brought with the Avengers and some of the X-Men stuff with the other of mutants with the what the hell were they called? I can't remember. Remember the weird extra mutants?
Some of those
like a Spanish name, and then even with the House and Powers of X, like he built it, started it, and then it's like, you know what? I'm out.
No, that's not. No, he didn't say.
And then they finished it.
No, he did say that. He didn't say he was out. He did what he was supposed to for that portion. He also started the 2 best subtitles out there and got through them.
There should be an end.
And got through them. And Marvel decided that that's how they want to run the handoff. So you can't put that on him. And not to mention, he did finish with that Vortex stuff, and it was pretty darn good too. So
the X and Nihilo. Wait, what were they? X and Nihilo.
You don't think his time and the time he took to write and played a role in Marvel's decision to hand it off?
No, I think what they was they were trying to get a bunch of. Well, first off, he had way too much shit on his plate, and
that's what I'm saying.
Number 2, huh?
That's what I'm saying. Everything was taking forever. That's why I think Marvel.
Well, yeah, but that's. I mean, yeah, but that's not his fault. They didn't have a look. Look at the state we're in now. Look at the state we're in now in Marvel. Which X book you picking up? Turd sack or turd sack sandwich?
Oh no, but you don't mistake. Don't say I'm saying he's a bad writer.
Well, unfortunately, I did pick up Godzilla.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is he's almost got like a George R.R. Martin quality to him. Where why are you bringing up new shit? Like wrap up the story. Like you're now introducing new people.
Yeah, well, no, but they didn't let it. They didn't let him finish.
Building.
They didn't let him finish.
And
I get it, but it wasn't. He was never supposed to finish. He was supposed to lay down the groundwork, and because they weren't going to give him time to finish, and other people were supposed to get a shot so that they could learn. Hey, we're just going to take his stuff and make it better. And obviously, that did not freaking work. But that's not 100% true because that Storm stuff that came out of that was good too. So like there was some fruit that bared from it. I mean, you're just not going to get me to say no to that. You know what I mean? It's just like, are you going to say no that you like? Are you going to say no because technically Saga's still going on? Saga's still going on. You're going to say no to that?
Coming up with your top 5 writers, that would be an interesting exercise.
I feel like that's sometimes part of the problem. Like Saga is a good example. Like you keep taking these like hiatuses from that story to do other things.
That's an art thing, yeah.
Like at what point are your readership gonna like fall? Like I wonder if somebody actually develops statistics of this stuff to see like if readers actually followed a story like Saga or a lot of the Tinian stories, like Something is Killing, like all this stuff from beginning to end. What percentage of readers that started actually finished?
So okay, hold on. So this is actually, thank you, Barlard. You brought up a great name here. Between Cates and Hickman, I think Cates can't finish.
Oh yeah, I've said that forever about Cates.
I think Hickman can. I think there's a difference between the two. Cates can't fit. Cates never has, never will, never can, unfortunately. And I think that weighs on him too.
It's been bad.
Yeah, and I think that weighs on him. Where Hickman can, Hickman's style is just different. You just got to give him time for it. So, anyways, Pete, where'd Pete go?
He just left the building.
He drank too much and started farting, I guess. All right, let me run the UD. All right, this week in UDR, we did a little something different. Hey,
why you got mine up? What? Put yours up.
I did. It says remove.
You had the news up.
No, I can't. It says if I remove it, removes.
There you go.
I don't know. I put it up. I don't know what happened. That was wild. Fuck StreamYard. Riri came out. We had a Superman thing. And typically, we cover trailers, stuff like that. I'm not doing that this week. I'm trying to remind people, because I'm going to a con this week, what I'm going to dig for cons. And I've been telling people for a very long time that when spec hits or whatever, it hits again later on. You just got to give it a period of time. And one of the things I'm going to be looking for, because I think the time is right now, is X-Men 97. And for those people that weren't following other books, and these are books we didn't go in, they've done a couple different old comic book covers that link to X-Men 97 this week. we had the Gambit Rogue X-Men 97 actual variant cover. And under Phoenix, we had a cover, for those people that don't know, that not only tailors towards the family of the Summers, but also do we forget that they seem to be going back to the Age of Apocalypse, where it's the sun and everything else. So we may have that. So I decided, what's that?
The Ascani clan.
The Ascani clan it is. Ascani. So I just wanted to go check out some of these books, because these, I think, are books that have finally fallen down to a point where, they'll go back up as they normally do when stuff comes back out. X Factor number 6, first appearance Apocalypse, because he's on the cover. Yes, correct. 9.8, go for $278.
You didn't want to go with the 5, the cameo in 5?
Yeah, no. Cameo in 5, I did not want to go. They do sell a combo now. But this book at one time was well over $500. But recently, the averages were around $330. Now they're getting down to $225. I like this book for sub 200. I mean, I really do. So I'll be looking
in a
9.8. Yeah, in a 9.8. Raw is still averaging about $30. The problem that I have with the Raw's averaging $30 is I'm only buying this. If I'm buying a book that's not a 9.8, I'm not paying $30 for it. I'm paying like $10 for it, because there's a market for those later on too, but it ain't $30. So there we go. Age of Apocalypse.
Here's the problem. I think it is $30, but not if you're planning to resell it. It's not $30. So that's why you got to get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll get it for 10. Well, yeah, because I'll get it for 10, I'll sell it for 30, and then my 9.8 that I only paid $200 for looks really good then, right? Like, look, guys, if you can, make sure you're selling books to pay for other books that you actually want. I think that's one way you can actually do it. Next up, the glorious dollar bin digger that got up there. Rays of Apocalypse number 1. We've seen it on Pete's top 10 lists before. At one point, it was up to $25. This thing is well down to $4 again. This is there's a saying sometimes people use, they like, there's no such thing as bad spec. It just gets reused again. No, we know this is coming. It's not bad. There is bad spec. But there is spec people forget about. And this is one where people were buying this book by the truckload, and now they forgot about it and they have to get rid of it. So go pick it back up and then truck it back to them when you can. There you go.
Hey, Kevin Nealon said it best in Happy Gilmore. It goes up and down and around.
Yeah.
Like it comes back around.
Comes back around.
Up and down. It's a carousel.
That's exactly it. Also, look, if you know me, you know I love all Age of Apocalypse, all of the apocalyptic stuff that happened before. Big surprise. The only Cyclops storylines I like are the ones that took place with the Saki clan and everything else. And this is part of it too. The Rays. Say it for me.
Ascani?
Ashaki.
That's the other problem with reading Marco text is he says weird stuff.
Yeah, that's right too.
He's trying to mix in Hiroku Saki.
What I'm talking about. Rachel Summers, dummy. All right, let's go. Next up, this book I think is always, I love picking this book up, and I don't think people realize what it is. And it's also cool. I do like this portion of X Factor that has to deal with Apocalypse, and it has to deal with the Horsemen of the Apocalypse too. Second cover appearance of Apocalypse. First team cover appearance of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
They're riding their big yellow chocobos.
They are. They're actually, they're riding whatever they ride. But you get fandom in that. For the people that don't know, eventually other people take over.
Remember that big horse that came with He-Man, the big metal horse on this whole that thing? It reminds me of those.
These kind of remind me more of the Voltron.
Okay, the lions. Go with the lions. Sure.
Final Fantasy.
I will tell you.
I was thinking, the Chocobo thing was the Final Fantasy aspect of it.
Chocobos. I'll tell you. For those that don't know, the Horsemen of the Apocalypse changed a lot. You get Wolverine there sometimes. It's almost like the Silver Surfer type thing where there's other like heralds. But they use a lot of mutants in this position at one point or another. Believe it or not, there's almost 509/8 graded in this book. I don't know why, but I do know this. If there's more than 500, that means odds are somebody's going to have it in a discount bin at a Comic-Con. So if it's already down to $85, that means we're going to get a half off 100, which is $50. And I'm definitely buying this book in a 9.8 for $50 if I see it. That is not without a reach. That is what happens live when you go to cons. You should go to cons every once in a while because you can get it cheap. If it's selling for $85 on the internet, $55, $95, you can get it at a con. X Factor 19. Bras are selling for $5. Really not.
Well, you got to
whatever.
figure. Well, just because you're bringing that up, like you got to figure for these dealers who, if they were to sell it online, like 12% of their cut's going to go to eBay at least, and then you got the other fees and shipping and all that stuff.
Yeah, then they have to ship and everything else. They're not willing to waste
Yeah,
time.
so the cost is going to get them. So if they can get $50 cash in hand, it makes more sense than having to squeeze out selling it for $85 online, where they're only going to get maybe $60.
Yeah, for sure.
Just take that $50 now.
Well, you know what happens too is they try to fill up a box. The thing that I don't know if you haven't been going to cons lately, the thing that people are doing are 50% off slab sales, where they just take books that they know they've had for a while, they haven't sold, and they, much like this, that are 9/8, and they just throw them into like 5 boxes because it kills. Like it just kills. And they don't make a ton of money off of it, but they're still making some. So this book is very interesting though, because that $5 on average for the raw price, sure, but like there's 35 wasn't for Near Mint Plus, wasn't off a pace. Like they were between 25 and 35 for Near Mint Plus. And that's just absurd for this book. Absurd for this book. But that means people are knowing about it. So they know about it. You should know about it. I don't know. It didn't work. All right. And then finally, since we talked about it, we talked about the old Clan. The art on this cover is absolutely atrocious. And I can't tell you that the art inside is much better. But we got the Adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix.
This is not Liam Sharp. Who the hell did this? I'm going to look it up while you keep talking. Go ahead.
I'm going to try to do this, add this in. Hopefully you guys like it. You can leave a comment below. I'm going to try to add in runs. We did it last week. People liked it. We did on the Star Wars show. People like when I show how runs sell and stuff like that, because runs is always something. These are pretty much dollar book fathers. The Phoenix, the first one, probably sometimes $3. But either way, if you can get them together, the sets average $5 a piece.
Gene Ha.
$23. Ha ha. Ha ha.
Never. He did some Nightman stuff over at Malibu.
Either way, if you can get this in a high grade set, about $25 currently, we know this storyline's coming, just so you know. All right. Well, you might not want to know that, Matt, but I don't know what to tell you. And then finally, if you know anything, you know that I like Rachel Summers. She's got a lot to do. She was a Hound at one time. She was also the mother at this point, which is really weird because she's the mother taking care of the sister, who's technically the mother of the brother of the mother of the sister. Because she's technically...
I'm your father's brother's mother's...
Yeah. Don't look too far down that Summers...
What does that make us?
Don't look too far down. Don't look too far down that Summer family tree, because all of a sudden it starts to look a lot straighter than it does crooked, if you know what I mean. Either way, we're not going to do the first appearance of her Days of Future Past.
It's not their fault. Some of them are clones. Yeah, they're mating with clones, like Madeline Pryor,
and then manipulated, and it had a lot to do with Sinister. But here we go. Captain Cable number 6. This is where we get the mother for the first time. Also continues the father, or starts the fathers and sons storyline, which is more Cable and Cyclops in the whole clan situation. Averaging $3, high grade $8. Great little gamble book to get. So that's also pretty decent. Since we did it, I'm also adding this. Pete did it last week. I did it this week. Something that's outside of comics. We had cards last week. This week, let's talk about Cable action figure from 2004. Yeah, that gives us the Toy Biz. Right, Pete? Toy Biz?
Absolutely. Nothing wrong with Toy Biz.
6 series. For those people that can't see this well, but we know that 58% of you people watch on TV, so you probably can. This is the one that's got the comic in the back. It's got Cable in the front. This thing's still selling between $45 and $55, bro. That's wild for any of these clamshells, dude. You can usually find these at the bottom layer, hanging on people's walls at Comic-Cons. Go out there, dig through it. Maybe you can get yourself a discount. And finally, since we're talking about X-Men, since we're talking about Summers, you know that I cannot let a day go by without not only mentioning my 2 favorite Summers, Rachel Summer and Gabriel Summers, also known as Vulcan. I will be looking for these books. Vulcan got a pop a while ago. I don't know if you remember this, but do remember that he connects to 2 things. One, he connects to the X-Men 97 series, but also any rumor that you hear of Annihilation or Nova, he connects to those 2 things directly. Deadly Genesis is his number 1. This is wildly crazy. I cannot believe that the raw average for this book is $16. That seems a little bit pricey. 9/8 going for $130.
Is that all covers? Because there's multiple covers on this too.
Would you relax, Pete?
I'm asking a question.
If you saw this right here, then you know I'm covering all three of these covers.
But that's why I'm asking what that price is. Is that price
that's just for this cover? This is it gets you're killing my story. You're dominant. You'll see in a minute. Raw averaging for this cover, Pete, $16.
Didn't say that.
133. That's why, because I'm leading it to the next one. What is most wild about that is the actual Johnny Q variant, which is the harder one to find, only averages for $8, while the 9/8's only going for $69. Yeah, I said $69. Go for $69.
Ding, ding, ding.
By the way, I would just like to be clear. The reason why this is crazy isn't just because this is the variant and harder to find, but also he's on the bleeping cover here, man. Which Pete didn't know until about. I thought
it was Nightcrawler.
Yeah, I know. He's on the bleeping cover, man. So you get a first appearance and on the cover, and it's cheaper than the regular cover. So you best believe I'm still hunting for these. I try to pick these up whenever I can. Love them.
The other cover is an homage as well. So
homage these nuts on the second print of X-Men. You get Wolverine, which is more Pete's size, averaging still for $10. Dude, look it on the cover. $8, $10, $8, $10. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? The best cover selling for the cheapest amount. Now's the time to go get it. And then finally, 2 books outside that you know I'm still hunting for. This is one that I told you last time that I was trying to look for, but the price was too big. Strange event. What?
And now
what?
It's just we go from the X-Men to Dead Man. Like
yeah. Segue. Oh, I had to give you 2 more books that
And now for something completely different.
There we go. It's something completely different. Because I've been looking for this book, 205, Strange Adventures, Dead Man. Hey, listen. The last time we were talking about this thing was averaging for over $600, maybe even $750. $750 was the high at that point. Really sucked. By the way, in a 7.0, not even a 7.5. Now a 7.5, selling for $535. Averaging, though, raw, still fucking ridiculous. What are we doing, people? Why are we paying raw averages like almost the same price as double graded? Like, that's just fucking bonkers, bro. And by the way, the couple that were saying they were 4.5s were 2s. Let's be honest. You're just blowing that shit up on the internet. It was a 2. That bitch is a 2. Turn off the strobe light. Turn on the house lights. Let's go and see what it looks like. Because it may be 3 o'clock in the morning, but that book, no matter what time it is, ain't a 5. It's still at best a 2. Okay? I can't understand why people are buying crappy low grade for $300 when you can get a 7.5 for around $500 or cheaper. And finally, because we saw him already, whatever. Firehead. Yeah, we got him. But we also have got Doctor Strange's Get Some in here too as the first appearance in Strange Tales 126. You get a 2-fer. Pete, would you like to know around 7.075 what a 2-fer for this book costs?
Sure.
Well, how about you guess?
Oh, you want me to guess? You asked me if I wanted to know.
That wasn't what you asked.
Oh, sorry, my bad. I'm tired, man. Give me a break.
Are you saying a 2.5?
No. Let me see. Hey, close your eyes. I think it was 7.5. 7.0.
7.0. All right, so 7.0 for this book.
Keep your eyes closed.
Actually graded?
You don't have to anymore. Yeah, graded. Great
Great
front cover, by the way.
550.
Great cover appearance. Huh?
550.
No. $250. That's what I'm saying on average. That is a cheap book. This book has dropped off a little bit too. People had rumors with the wife because of the movie.
For this year? Like this, how old
this year.
This book is?
This year, 7.0. A real cheap book. Didn't figure it was that cheap. And once again, raws in that area are 150. What are we doing?
I think it's because people want raws, but like there's only a certain amount.
No, I think
they're hoping. They're you know what? I can get my presser.
Yeah.
I can clean this, I can press this. They're reaching right now. So I'm actually, I'm the I'll grab it raw because I like it raw. Oh baby, I like it raw. But in these 2 books, I think
even if you thought it had a shot, like let's say I bought a 5 thinking I had a shot, like it's $100 difference. Like by the time you send it in for grading and everything,
Yeah.
it's a $50
Well,
difference. It's like-
because I mean, we can be. Let's be honest. Like, I'm sure there's plenty of people who are buying and they're thinking, "Shit, I'll get it pressed, and I'll get a 9.8, I'll get a 9.6 out of this." And they're not.
Hey,
even
look, you
paying
just better hope
attention
your presser's
to
not a
writing.
drunk who just takes the book and
You
just
just
turns it
figure,
back over
oh,
to you.
the presser will take care of it. They
Yeah.
just press it.
Yeah.
Just
You know,
press
thinking
it.
all those color breaking spine dicks.
Yeah, just press
Yeah,
it.
they'll
It'll
just
be
press
fine.
it. They'll put it in there, press it. And I mean, that's how it happens. And then they'll complain. They'll complain about the grading company. It's the grading. My presser said it was this. It's the great dude. You got to find a better presser, bro. Time and time again, we've seen this happen. I don't understand it.
Or they'll look at their 7.5 book and like, I don't see any flaws in this book.
Oh hell! All right,
There's flaws. It's 7.5. There's flaws.
yeah, there's flaws. Yeah. Anyways, so I'm looking for this in this. This is gonna be harder to find in that high of a grade. But I think in some of these right now, I used to be a big proponent. If you filed tack for years, I was a big proponent for the 6.0 grade, especially in Silver Age 12 centers. That's kind of where I was at.
Yeah, you had a
moved it
whole
up now.
thing. You were an even numbers guy for a while.
Yeah, I'm right in that 7.75 now. I think
You're
the
like
price.
6s and 8s.
Yeah, I think 7.75 is the undervalued grade right now, and the accessible grade for where we should be. I will also tell you that the offset raw prices for this does not equate to you buying these books raw currently,
I
unfortunately.
believe you also loved 4s.
I do.
In the
It's
cheaper
the 354 mark down there is 354, and then I was 6. Yeah. Yep. If you're gonna go low and then up. All right, and 0.5s, love 0.5s. That's it. This is last week's stuff. So that is under the radar. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know it was a little different than we normally do, especially with two trailers that I assume we're about to get to in the news, Pete.
All right. So without Dub here,
The last two books were just things on Marco's shopping list.
Oh yeah, the whole thing's my shopping list, dude.
all right. So what we have here, even though Dub's not with us, he did do a bulk of the news, and then we have some
Hey,
JJ.
JJ,
news
if I have to
mixed in.
look up stuff I'm gonna go shopping for.
So we've
Dude,
got
hold on.
JJ news.
Real quickly
What?
before we go to the news. The last time, JJ, people missed this. We did a list for the under the radar where we gave like 20 books. People went to the con and they wiped them all out. Like it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was so stupid. So
That
I'll give you those
Star Wars
two.
show too. We've seen it.
Oh yeah, the Star Wars show while we're watching it, they're just outbidding us. It's ridiculous. All right, go ahead. Let's
We're
go.
running the news. All right. So for our Dubbalow JJ news this week, we will start off with no top story. Marco
What?
wanted some trailers, but no top story. We're going to go right to the box office report. What do you guys think is the top movie of the week in American theaters?
Still Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolt.
You would be correct.
Ah.
It held all right. I mean, it dropped 55% from its $74 million debut, but it's still a better hold than most of the other Marvel movies lately, which have been dropping like 60, 70. So 32.4. It's a good hold. Good hold. I'd hoped it'd be a little higher. Good word of mouth. I thought it would hold a little better.
Good competition. I mean, Sinners in week 3 too is 22 million.
Yeah,
It's still not
Sinners
bad.
and Minecraft still going strong.
7. Now, have they released the? I didn't actually look at this to see. Have they released that like sing along, whatever crap version?
I think that was last week. So
So
for
really,
Minecraft.
that version only got $7 million, huh?
But I also think it is available to rent at home now too. So I think they undercut themselves by having such a quick, at home rental
Turnaround.
release.
You mean they didn't have a lot of faith in Jack Black?
I mean, why not? I mean, Jack Black.
And the guy who directed Nacho Libre to make a great movie.
Nacho! Well, hey, they got back together. I'm
Yeah,
just surprised that Napoleon Dynamite didn't show up in the movie somewhere.
Yeah. Well, they'll have I think Mission Impossible is this week, so it'll be interesting to see how Thunderbolts.
Is it this
holds
week?
on.
I think it's next week.
Is it next week? What's this week then? I thought
Nothing.
something's up this week.
I think we got one more week until next week is
One more week,
Lilo
nothing.
and Stitch and Mission Impossible for Memorial Day.
Yeah. Lilo
This
and
week
Stitch
is
should be
just
crazy.
like, I don't know, something.
I wonder if they'll learn double features for like Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible.
Like
I don't know,
Barbenheimer.
kids probably won't want to go see a lot of that.
You like you're trying to go with the Barbenheimer thing when little people listen to Barbie and
Where you get,
Oppenheimer
like,
together.
family movie and then Oppenheimer. Or you get Mission Impossible and family movie.
I mean, it could happen. My son still wants to go see Lilo and Stitch, and I still got to watch the last Mission Impossible. Like, I still haven't watched Dead Reckoning.
I'm like 2 behind. I think this is the 7th one. I think I've only watched.
Oh
5.
no, I just not the last one. Like, I do like Tom Cruise, and I do like the Mission Impossible series. I just, for whatever reason, we never got around to watching Dead Reckoning.
Is him and Henry Cavill in the one fight in the restroom? It was the last one I watched.
Oh, that was the last one before the Haley Atwell one.
Okay, all right.
So you're with me. We're in the same spot with the Henry Cavill one. Yeah, Henry Cavill with his mustache, Superman stash.
And Barlow's right. There's a ridiculous front end on that thing.
But with that said, and speaking of Superman, we did get a Superman trailer this week. We got it today, right?
Yep. Yeah, I think it was today. This morning.
What do we think?
Look.
Go ahead, Marco.
I thought it was good, man. Like, listen, I think the interview thing, whatever, right? Like, but like overall, the tones of it, I think it's going to be fun, which is like, it's tough to make Superman like not. How do you say this right without pissing off the fucking
lighthearted?
Yeah, like not lighthearted, not corny. Like, don't make him corny. Like, we get it. He was the oldest superhero ever. We understand that. But why not?
I think therein lies the rub. You go back to the old Christopher Reeve movies, which again, all of us of a certain age will love.
Yeah.
But you got to admit, they're a little corny because they were.
Yeah.
Freshly squeezed. They were. I mean, they were what they were. But at the same time,
also the 70s. I mean, like,
at the same time, you got to also admit Snyder and his emo. They don't like me. Like,
Mopey Superman.
Christ, I didn't need to see mopey Superman either. Poor Cavill didn't get a fair shot until Whedon came in and halfway through did a weird job on Justice League and gave us some moments of a likable Superman and other moments that were still kind of weird, sad, strange.
Barlord, I think this might okay. Barlord and Zaggy, hold on. What's a good Superman movie then? I'd rather just have a good movie with Superman in it. See, that's the problem. I think they keep trying to make a good Superman movie and they keep falling on their face. I think we could just make a good movie. Like, what he said isn't wrong. And the take that they're taking on it where they're attacking him. Yeah, it makes sense that Lex Luthor would come up with a plan to make them all. I almost said Luger, like he's a wrestler. Lex Luthor come up with a plan.
WCW.
Yeah, where he comes up and tries to get the world to turn on Superman. That's also a friendly note to people who know any history of Superman, and at the same time, to new or casual viewers, gives them an example of realism of how a movie could be good. Right? You got this guy. We assume it's going to be in a golden suit, right? You see a bunch of other people. You see him under arrest at one time. You see people taking a tone with him like, who are you? They're using perfect everyday examples of you're crossing borders. You don't answer to people. I don't understand how any of that's out of pocket. That sounds like a bunch of other movies we've seen that do pretty decent. So use that premise, implement the superheroes, and holy shit, you got a winner. And by the way, you get to see a bunch of other characters. You get to see a Justice Society come out of that. Or you get to see whatever we're going to do with the Terrifics or whatever else. And by the way, let's not act, motherfuckers, like Mr. Terrific, Hawk Girl. Who else do they have in that one? Ultraman. These are all, these are all common.
Ultraman from Japan?
No.
I'm kidding.
But these aren't all common characters. The ethos of people know, such as Black Panther, Captain America. What? Well,
don't act like Black Panther was an A-lister too. Like he wasn't. I mean, most of the.
I get that. But Terrific.
Oh, I know what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying. I'm just saying don't compare it on Marvel because Marvel did the same thing.
No, yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. No, I get that. I get it. I'm just saying, like, we're acting here like, oh, what are all these characters? Well, it gives. I think we're trying to say the same thing here, Pete. It gives you these options where these characters, like the Guardians of the Galaxy, who you don't see, who you didn't know about. Even Black Panther, where he was okay but not extremely familiar, much like probably a Guy Gardner or a Hawk Girl. You could see those things develop. So you have to introduce those characters, right? And that seems to be what they're doing. I don't have a problem with having an ensemble cast go forward because guess what you don't want to do? You don't want Superman movie number 4. You don't want that. That method does not work anymore. We don't want this. What? Superman Returns. Born Again Superman. You don't want that.
Superman Returns is technically the first one.
I know. I'm saying like Batman Returns. What I'm saying is like,
and Superman Returns was technically a spiritual successor to what Superman
Jesus
2.
Christ. That's not what I'm saying.
So they just got rid of Richard Pryor and
right. Okay. What my point being is, you're not going to have 4 Superman movies right now. You want this to lead into a bigger event. We've seen that work.
They decided to keep Superman 2 when Superman had a weird net that he used from his chest logo that encapsulated people, and he's just straight up murked a bunch of the other ones.
It was like
chucking people down in ice glaciers.
I mean, some days I wonder why I even do this fucking show.
Well, I don't know, forgive us for some candor after you've talked for 5 minutes straight about this 30-second trailer.
Yeah, you look, it's not just about the greatness of the Superman and not going with the campiness. And then meanwhile, there's
do the world's a building the past crazy.
I
don't think you do it that way. But I mean, you could say that, but that's not how they did it, Barlord. They came out with Iron Man, and they had Iron Man 2. Same thing with Thor and Thor 2, and then they did the combo in. So
I think this trailer did a couple things. One was I think this came across as a more lighthearted tone.
Yeah, fair.
Than kind of the first ones.
Lighthearted.
It was like, you saw protests and Superman looking like he was dying and all. So I think you got a little bit more of that angle in here, which I think is good. As far as the ensemble casting,
did you say lighthearted? They had robots kicking the shit out of them.
Well, I mean, like
it's still robots.
It's a robot. I don't mean like you didn't have him like dying in the snow and Crypto dragging his half dead body across, and you didn't have like people like yelling at him in protest. And
well, that's the part.
I don't know. They had him locked up.
They had the dude throwing like to hit him in the head with something.
Yeah, and you had him with cuffs behind him, and they were escorting him through what looked like people that were pretty happy.
That kind of stuff I don't mind. You know what the stuff I don't want to see? I don't want to see Superman flying up to space and then doing Jesus pose as he falls back to Earth, or him being amongst a bunch of people who just reaching out and just want to touch him like he's got like.
Yeah, that was kind of wild.
Is weird, and I don't want that.
Like eyes up here. Yeah.
Like that I don't want. Like just let's just make them.
As far as the ensemble cast thing goes, James Gunn's a tricky animal for that type of stuff. That you don't know how much of that ensemble cast you'll actually see in the movie and how much you won't, or at least for very little time. So, but I think it's tough to make an ensemble cast film work as your first film into the thing. I think that's going to be the key as to whether or not they can do that. Because if you think even the Marvel films, even the DC films, the first film of the character in the Snyderverse stuff was just that character for the most part, except for Batman vs Superman, which was a travesty to man. But for the most part, like the first Superman movie was just a Superman story about just Superman. So,
but let me ask you this: I mean, I know people are saying the cast and whatever, but we do assume this is pretty much just Lex Luthor versus Superman, right?
I think it will be.
That's the main part.
Ultimately, yes.
And all the other stuff is just
in play.
And that's kind of what I'm saying here, Barlord. Instead of doing it in post-credit scenes, they're just going to introduce you to Mr. Fantastic here, maybe a couple other ones. Who's the chick that they got that's throwing the stuff?
Engineer.
You're going to get a little bit of Engineer maybe in there as a sub character. You're going to get.
She's there. She's actually featured pretty well in it.
I mean, maybe as a sub character, not like a primetime player. You know what I mean? And then you're going to get maybe the JSA is like.
I'm just saying, any other characters they can introduce, whether it be the Guy Gardners or Mr. Terrifics and Metal, whoever else they're bringing on board, I think it only helps.
Yeah,
in
agree.
the sense that you can't just do just a Hulk movie. It's just it gets kind of boring. Like when there's no real stakes, so you got to have other people to introduce and to care about. And
we saw it in Iron Man when they brought out Whiplash. How'd that work?
Yeah. Well, also,
that's a little different.
Part of it might be too that. I mean, Superman is the all-powerful character.
That's what I'm talking. I'm talking about more of the all-powerful character.
Yeah, like
well, what stakes does Hulk have? Oh my God, Tank's chasing him. He's not going to get hurt.
You have to sideline that character somehow a little bit in some way, or nerf him or whatever you want to call it, a little bit in some way. Otherwise, he's going to be the guy that's there. So I don't know. I think they do that a little bit with the ensemble cast of like. He gets hurt.
Right.
And,
I don't have any problem with the ensemble cast at all. Except now, Barlord, let me ask you this. What's up, Artrell? Barlord, let me ask you this. Oh shoot, it's not Barlord, it's Artrell. Artrell should have come up with Bill.
No, Artrell just showed up.
I know. Hey, Barlord, let me ask you a question. If the ensemble cast doesn't interact that much with it, right? Are you okay with that, or do you want more interaction with them? Because I think if they just rightfully sprinkle them in there, I think that's great for a start movie. Like, I don't know, man. And by the way, I liked maybe the nostalgic movie, just how everything was shot. And as Pete said, it didn't seem corny. I can't remember the last Superman movie that was not corny as fuck. I mean, I don't know, man. Look,
you don't have like a super slow-mo shot of a bullet hitting his eye and then bouncing off.
Yeah. Here's the deal.
2 minutes.
Here's the deal with this. I'll tell you, I haven't liked the Superman movie yet. This is the first trailer. Well, no, that's not true. I like the original ones when I was watching them. They were great. I even like watching the reruns on WGN. But it's been a long time since I've seen them and actually enjoyed them. I will tell you this. I haven't liked the new stuff they've been doing with it. This trailer has gotten me excited. And I don't want to watch Smallville. I don't want to watch any of that other stuff. But this, somebody who's dogging Superman all the time, which I do. I openly admit I dog Superman, say it's for old white dudes that are 80 years old that live in Ohio. I'm telling you, I will go watch this. I'm excited to see this. So you should, if you are a Supes fan, you should hear that and say, hey, outside looking in, people are actually caring. Huh?
Shouldn't it be Kansas?
Kansas what?
Instead of Ohio. It's a joke because he's from Kansas.
Yeah, because he's from Smallville, Kansas.
No, because the writers are from Ohio. Whatever. Never mind. Yeah, I get it. Anyways. All right.
Speaking of Kansas, how excited are you for the Wicked returning to theaters this November?
Oh, wait.
What now? Okay. Did we cover the other trailer already?
No, there's more. Yeah.
No, because that'll go in streaming once we get there. We're still in movies, so we're talking about Wicked.
My little daughter loves
Wicked,
this
not
shit.
Wicked, the Ewok.
She talks my ear off about all this shit. I don't understand what she's saying. Gwendol, there's somebody named Gwendol.
Gwendol.
Gwenditch.
Gwendolyn?
Grendel?
The Good Witch?
I don't know, man.
You do know it's the Wizard of Oz, right?
Yeah, I get that.
Okay.
No, Glenda the Good Witch. Yes.
Glenda the Good Witch.
But aren't both of them kind of good in this or something?
Sort of.
They're like friends, sort of.
Yeah, because she said Grendel and somebody else are friend. Whatever.
Yes, Grendel
and
Beowulf make an appearance.
I mean, hey, that's just
Comico Grendel.
After how much I hated going to the movie theaters the other day, I'm not sure. I'm gonna start checking receipts about how much I'm paying for her and her girlfriends to rent a vehicle and go down and watch this together. So I don't know how I feel about it. So my daughter and her friends, she's only got there's only 12 girls in her grade. So all of them, they rent a vehicle. They rent a limo or whatever.
You mean they rent a vehicle?
What do you mean?
Who's driving?
Well, whoever the driver is. But there's a couple moms go with them too, and they take all the kids. We do it with some of the boys too to the movies together. So every parent doesn't have to go.
So everybody can fit in the same vehicle.
I understand that, but that's not what you said. You said that they're renting a vehicle together.
Well, I mean, I'm renting it technically, but yeah, they're renting a vehicle. They I don't know, sometimes it's a party bus. I think they did an actual limousine one time. I don't
get the insurance.
Huh?
So they're gonna crash it in your name and not get the insurance.
No, they did 2 extended Lincolns to get them all down there one time. Black cars. They're like Uber Blacks.
Mm-hmm.
But moms don't have minivans anymore. Can't just get some
Mitch, I don't
SUVs
drive
with
a-
turbo
Anyways,
seating?
Wicked is returning to theaters
Yeah, what? I don't. Why do we get into that?
June
Huh?
4th.
Anyway,
It's an
apparently
event-
the first movie's coming back into theaters again, so you gotta get ready to get that credit card out so you can rent some more limos.
No,
so they can go
I'm
see it
not. That's what
again.
I'm saying. I'm not doing that. Nope.
I
But
mean,
they
I
love-
have a feeling this will be people that are the diehard fans that go rewatch it. This is like when Star Wars movies get re-released or something.
I think the kids are going to want to go back too. They're talking about, like, the kids, they love this shit. Like, they do. They try to buy all the shit for it too. So I think, I mean, once again, I think the demographic may not be me on this one, but I'm just not going to knock something because it's not for me.
This is not for the curious people that want to go see it for the first time. You've had plenty.
Oh,
of
no.
it's on streaming now, for God's sakes. You've had plenty of opportunities.
But this is kind of what I said, Pete, a long time ago, is that this type of aiming towards this demographic, and I know you watched it, so don't get in like, well, I'm a guy and I watch it. But this demographic of having young ladies and people that like musicals, like they're showing up and shelling out for this shit. And by the way, they're going to stores and clearing out the stuff too on the shelves. If you haven't been looking at the Wicked
property.
I know who you're targeting with your comments. Like, I got no problem with this.
I'm like looking around, like, yes, we're
what?
aware.
I got no problem with Wicked. Granted,
No, when I
didn't
no,
personally love
JJ,
it,
when
not
I
because I got anything against it.
when I typically say
it.
it's for, you know,
got
people who like
Wicked Legos
musicals
that he
and
purchased.
like girls and kids, then he goes, well, I watched it. I took my son loves it. And I'm like, okay, well, rare.
He does. He's got Legos. He got the Legos for this. He liked it.
Kids enjoy it. Kids enjoy stuff like this.
It's all right.
Doesn't have to be
My son got no interest in seeing none of this.
Wizard of Oz was singing. That's all. I was building show decks while it was on. Like, we're all together watching it, but I'm on my laptop putting together materials to record a different show later. That's what I was doing. It's just not for me. That's all.
Anyways, all right. What do we got next?
We've got Bob Odenkirk in Nobody 2.
I didn't watch the first one, but I kind of watched it.
I
kind of watched. So you guys know what I do, right?
I watched the first one.
I watch shorts. I watch shorts on the YouTubes of like TV shows. Like that's how I watched. That's how I bootleg all the stuff off Amazon and everything. I just go to, there's places you can go and they'll put them together and you just got to watch them back to back. So it's just like it's watching the show the whole time.
I never sat down to watch it. That's all.
Yeah, pretty much. So I did this with this show too. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Well, Nobody 2 is on the way.
I'm glad you were able to watch 15 minutes of this movie and determine it was good.
No, they have it together. You just have to watch it in like 15. It's like
you got to watch it in 30-second chunks.
It's like 8-minute clips that you have to watch. And then sometimes if it's a 12-minute, they fool you, and it's already 2 minutes of the 8 minutes you already watched.
The first one was pretty good. I don't know that it needs a sequel, but I don't know.
Well, you're getting it anyway.
Lots of movies don't need sequels and get them. So
it was successful. So guess what? You're getting a sequel.
He was. I'm surprised at how badass he was in it. At first, I thought I was watching clips of something called Saul or something like that.
Better Call Saul.
I was watching John Wick the comedy.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I feel like anymore they can make anything. A good action director, somebody can almost make anybody an action movie star nowadays.
Dude, they made Short Round an action hero not that long ago.
Yeah, I mean,
not only Short Round, adult, older age Short Round was an action hero.
Yeah, but I mean, like, this is the type of stuff I enjoy because it's mindless and you can do work while you're doing it. Once again, put on Pete's favorite and one of mine. What's the girls' song thing where they sing? Pitch Perfect. Pitch Perfect. I was doing some work at home the other day.
Now take that, but put it into text that's not spelled correctly. That's trying to communicate with Mark.
You know that one musical, like there's only one of them out there.
It's many subtle layers of you got to figure this out.
I said the girls singing. I didn't say
you said the girls' song with them singing.
Anyways, next up, what do we got?
Next up, we do have the teaser trailer for Godzilla Kong Supernova.
Excited. I mean, it wasn't much of anything, but I'm excited.
Supposedly Jet Jaguar might show up. That'll be interesting.
Who I know?
What's a Jet
Jaguar? He's kind of like Ultra.
Oh, yeah.
So. It'll be
Yeah,
That should be cool. These
only
are
like
good,
30
man.
minutes. It's not due out to like August or March of 2027, so
Yeah,
ways to go. But
That is a ways.
they've been hitting home runs, in my opinion. I know some people didn't like.
Oh yeah, there it is, March 2027.
But I haven't been upset with anything they put out and watched them multiple times. So
Yeah, even as
I'm
silly
done.
as the premises are, I'm still
this
just
one's
enjoy the
supposed to
shit out
be
of it.
an all Titan event, so there's supposed to be a lot of Titans involved, I guess.
Well, I mean, the last one was. I mean, I saw it in the theater. My son is like, they're in hidden Earth, like they're down there, but meanwhile, there's like huge wolves, and then they made it.
That was the one with the
King Kong got a power glove out of nowhere that they just had ready for him.
Yeah, did like the star punch to Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna say that it wasn't wild. It wasn't a wild show, but it was.
It was something. But damn it, it was.
Oh, he didn't like King of the Monsters. He didn't like what, the deaf chick. I mean, I don't know. I still like
I
it.
kind of like King of the Month. That was the one where they were calling them, and then we had Rodan, and they were bringing in Ghidorah. That one wasn't bad.
I'm glad we finally.
Wait, which one was the Power Fist one?
Power Fist one was the last one, which
where
was
they're like inside
Kong versus
or
Godzilla,
Kong versus Godzilla, okay.
or whatever. It was like Hidden Earth or
King of Monsters.
something.
Oh yeah,
I forget what it was called.
But like, I feel like I'm just glad we're getting like competent kaiju movies now, not like like garbage, like Matthew Broderick Godzilla level of garbage.
And they're like, well, let's make them like raptor size, like Jurassic Park. What?
And then he has babies, or she has babies for no reason. Then,
well, that's I think like what are we expecting out of these? And I think because like kaiju movies are just like
popcorn entertainment.
Yeah,
that's all I want to entertain me. It doesn't need to make complete sense.
No,
you don't have to don't over explain it. I will take a lot of shit.
They almost did with the village, the Native American village thing in the last movie, but I'm good with it. it. And by the way, but Pete, you say that, but then you had the biggest problem with the Power Glove thing with I remember us watching it and then you saying like, oh,
because it's just like out of nowhere. Hey, let's get the Power Glove.
Well, that's because the guy was working on that shit. You're like, he's just working on Power Gloves and shit. I'm like, yeah, he's working on
Power Gloves.
But this wasn't like, don't look too deep into it, bro. Like,
you're telling me not every company like Monarch
let's get a Power Glove ready for him.
They have a Kong-sized Power Glove division of Monarch.
Yeah. I mean, hey, listen, I'm just saying that's when you don't look too deep into a kaiju. It's a freaking kaiju movie. Somehow there's a dinosaur that's radioactive that's sleeping inside the Coliseum, yet not killing everybody around it from radiation poisoning.
Oh yeah, the radioactive naps.
The radioactive nap where it's not. It's not like a nuclear bomb where it just wastes space to everything. 20,000 miles. So we could disbelieve that, but we can't think that Monarch isn't creating Power Gloves and Power Ranger swords for this thing. Yeah, please. Okay.
Yeah, please. Why would
they? I'd love to see Megazord.
Yeah.
He's like, how do they give him the instruction manual? All right, Kong. If you want to do this, you've got to
it's a controller.
Whatever. I'm with Zaggy. Right. Just give me mindless monster mash. Yeah.
All right, let's get to the streaming stuff. Jessica Jones will be back in Daredevil Born Again. What will it be called? Born Again? Or you think it's just gonna be Daredevil season 2?
Daredevil season 2.
Daredevil Stillborn.
Stillborn.
Pause.
We won't do that.
Nope. Reborn again.
Reborn again.
Reborn.
That's it.
No. It'll just be
Who cares?
Well, Jessica Jones will be back.
Jessica Jones wasn't ever the best part of Jessica Jones.
Yeah, sure. Well,
no, it was Purple Man.
Well, that was 100%. First season.
Yeah, her second season wasn't good.
But she was the best part of it. That would have been my argument. Once they started leaning too heavily on her mom.
He
was
said
that the third season when they had too much mom? That one.
No, there was no third season of Jessica Jones. It was 2 seasons and done. Then they had Defenders.
Third season of Jessica Jones was the Defenders, which let's not go there.
Sure.
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure, yeah.
I think the only one that got 3 right was Daredevil, right? Am I wrong with that?
Daredevil got 3. Iron got what?
Yeah, Iron Fist only got 2. I swore there were 3.
I think Luke Cage only got 2. I think.
Yeah, plus 2. Can we just give him a blonde girlfriend and have Luke? Can we just have Luke Cage and Jessica Jones? Just this is why it sucks. I actually really don't like Kristen Ritter for some reason. Not only her voice, but her face.
No, there were 3 seasons. Yeah, I was right. There were 3.
Really? Well, there shouldn't have been.
The third one.
There shouldn't have been more than 1.
Well, there were 3. Because remember the second one, then we had like Whizzer, and then she started forming. She actually started to have more of like the neighbor dude, like helping her out a little bit more, and then he spun off. And then because by the 3rd season, he was more.
No, because the 2nd season was so bad that I probably just turned the 3rd season on.
You said all that, and I still don't remember the 3rd season.
Yeah, the Wizard. I
think
guess
the 3rd season had a lot of her mom in it, which was just what? What is this shit? I didn't want that.
It's almost like Netflix Marvel was not as good as we all thought it was.
No, it wasn't that good.
Yeah, because the 3rd season is when she had the boyfriend
Let's try
who
to
had
redo
no
this
power.
not so great thing on.
No. Hold on. Let me take that back.
What?
Some of it was really great, and some of it was either really great or really bad. Jessica Jones season 1, when they had Blue Man or Purple Man, was really great. The other season, trash. Daredevil went too far and they tried to do the dark thing and make it dark, quote, darker too much. Luke Cage season 1 was pretty good, but then they just let that ball drop. You know, I mean,
first half was good. Once they got rid of Mahershala, then Diamondback was not a worthy replacement.
I'll be honest. I started to try to watch some of that Danny Rand movie again. It was or TV show.
He got better though. It still was not great.
No,
Iron Fist got better in the 2nd season. Granted, they leaned a lot more on Colleen Wing and Misty Knight, which is why I wanted a Daughters of the Dragon goddamn spinoff show. But the 2nd season was better of Iron Fist than the 1st.
Well, I mean, if you start at the bottom, you can only go up.
Well, yeah. Fair enough. Point being, let's talk about Percy Jackson and the Olympians season 2.
Also got a little bit better,
which is coming in December.
Yeah, 10 Seconds of Punisher. There you go. That's what everybody's excited about.
Percy Jackson surprisingly popular. I didn't actually watch the first
Not
season.
Surprising. He's been popular. What's surprising is popularity never leans.
Well, the in theater movie, the original movies were a little off. They went too old too quickly because they didn't want to be Harry Potter again, even though these stories are Harry Potter again.
Esque.
Yeah. Again, it's just
Harry Potter with Greek mythology.
It's just the age group. It's just the timing. So like, well, let's make it different.
I mean, they're out of school training to like. I mean,
yeah, well, but in the books, he's like again the same age as Harry Potter. Like then you start, he's like 12s and 13s.
Yeah.
In the movies, they just said, well, let's make him like 16 and 17 so we can kind of zhuzh it up.
And then cast 20-year-old actors, 22-year-old actors.
Yeah, because and you had Booty Sweat in there. It was Grover. It just wasn't right. I don't know. Something was off.
Pacino.
But I did like Daddario. But again, it's just
I like Alexander Daddario in most things. So.
Yeah. Anyway, season 2 is coming. Looking forward to it. Everybody in this household is looking forward to it. Ironheart. Here we go. Here was the other trailer that we got today. Ironheart.
This is another one. I think they hit a home run on Superman. I think they hit a home run on this, and this is a tough battle. You got a lot of bad press from the get. You had the BP tie-in, and I thought like this, it's a TV show, right? What's the expectations? And don't act like I've never. Here's the thing. I've never heard one person ever say, you know, my favorite Marvel superhero, Riri Wilson.
Well, because there is
I never heard that at all because it's Williams, but okay.
Williams, whatever. Riri Williams, whatever. I know as soon as it came out, I said the wrong last name. But nobody ever. But find your Riri Williams.
Ricky Ricardo Johnson. That's not my favorite.
But find your Ironheart super fan. There's no such thing.
Amadeus Mozart.
So at least I hope they do the hood correctly. Come on, man. Really, that's what we're doing. The hood. Like,
I mean,
well, they are doing the hood.
No, I know, but like once again, that's kind of where my whole point is. Everybody in this TV show
it's like, okay, they're niche characters, but there's not like super fans of these things. Like nobody's really like, all right, cool. And the premise seemed all right. Like they're going to use her to kind of be a smart. I mean, it made sense. She's going to be smart. She's going to be able to get through the stuff, and they're going to go steal technology. And that's how they
do that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
that's
I'm
not the
just saying,
problem. And I nothing against this. The only problem I have with this series is it's like 3 years too late.
Yeah, I get this.
Yeah, that's the thing. Also, too, like, I mean, to me, this is going to be Echo, right? More or less. Like, it's the series nobody really asked for.
I hope it's a little better than Echo.
I don't know.
I feel
man.
like
why?
I feel like Disney forgot about and was almost like getting ready to use it as like a tax write-off until the trailer dropped because it took forever. So I feel like, but it doesn't mean it's going to be bad. Like Echo, I wouldn't say Echo was.
Once again,
and I'm not saying Echo was bad. I'm just hoping it's going to be better than Echo.
No, once again, I was
kind of shorted by.
They don't seem to have much faith in it to put a whole lot of marketing in or anything behind it yet. So
yeah, I mean, they dropped it all at once.
To be clear, I wasn't looking forward to this. I'm still not like, yo, this is what that's what I'm saying. It's not something where I'm like, yo, this is exactly what I want. This is top of my list. But the trailer came up and I was like, damn, that's not a bad show. It looks like it could be okay. Which at this point, man, I've seen so much shit. I'd rather have it.
I don't think either of us are disagreeing with that.
Oh, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm just saying in general.
Barlord says Echo was bad.
Yeah.
Echo was average.
It was. All right. Well, regardless, whether you're looking forward to this or not, we're getting it. So deal with it. Deal with it and watch it. That said, this will cheer Marco up.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn Powell is Chad Powers coming to Hulu.
Chad Powers. Oh, Jesus. All right. Well, we're getting a Chad Powers TV show. That's great. Does anybody care?
Sure,
I'll watch it.
You know what's funny? Do you think? I mean, I just
Powell's a good actor, so
yeah. I just wonder, like, is this going to be? There's two ways that this could go. This could either go. Remember the thing where they had Kyrie Irving doing the old people playing basketball? The team.
Oh, Uncle,
yeah. Drew. Uncle Drew.
Uncle Drew, is that what
this could be Uncle Drew, which is pretty good. Yeah. Or it could be a mismatch. It could be like McDouver or something like that, where it's just terribly bad.
See, this is your problem. You got him backwards. McGruber was funny as shit.
Uncle Drew was not funny, bro.
Yeah. I think it's gonna, like, to me, like, the concept is fine. Like, you're gonna take like Necessary Roughness, only you're gonna make it like a scam instead of like an authentic like old guy returning to college. So I thought it's fine.
Still got 2 years of eligibility left.
Yeah, I mean, it could. I mean, it's taking something that was just like a.
Well, he gets younger as he gets closer. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hell, I'm gonna watch it. So maybe at least a couple episodes.
Yeah, that'd be fun. All right, I don't know.
Do we have to build a whole back out story about this character, though? I don't know.
But we're moving on to King of the Hill, which is also being revived.
What?
I don't know why.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, this show was fine. I watched enough of it, but it wasn't my favorite.
I'm just saying. I think we've had
animation is easy.
King of the Hill is good, but we had enough of it. You don't need any more. It's not like you ever watched it again.
Going to come back as Boom Power.
Yeah, well, here's the problem. This is probably not going to be that good. So my whole thing is don't mess with something that's good.
Yeah.
I wonder, like, so you had Brad Pitt was Boomhauer, right? Or was that Boomhauer's brother? Boomhauer's brother, wasn't it?
He's Boomhauer's brother.
He was a brother.
Yeah. Like Brittany Murphy was also, who obviously can't. It's passed away, and like, I mean, I don't know.
Who was she in this?
Luann.
Oh. No shit.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing. I don't know. Like looking at like the scooter in the back, like I'm assuming this is gonna be like modern times. So like these guys don't look much older, but I'm assuming they are. So it's like Bobby gonna be.
Where's Bobby? Yeah, Bobby's missing from this picture too.
He's gonna be married.
Really
to, what's her name? The Vietnamese broad.
Well, they could do it two ways. You could have the Simpsons idea where they like never age, pretty much, or you can have it be like where the kids are older now, and Joseph and Bobby and Connie are all grown up.
Or you could just not do it.
Well, there's that. But it's too late for that because it's coming this summer on Hulu. Moving on. Oh, Marco left for this. Oh, there you are. You just ducked your head.
Yeah.
We got a delay. We got a delay on Knights of the Seven King. I was so looking forward to this.
The George R.R. Martin project has been delayed or pushed back.
But it's all. I mean, it's okay.
Say it
All right,
so.
it's gonna be 2026.
This is the egg and this is the egg story, right?
Yep,
The
the
egg and
Dunkin' Egg.
Dunkin' egg story. Yeah.
This is gonna be good. I'm convinced it'll be good.
I've been waiting for this for I think 20 years now at this point. So I don't know.
You know what else we've been waiting for 20 years? The sixth book.
Yes, I know what we've been waiting for. But I mean, as soon as you knew that Game of Thrones eventually had an end, I thought this was easily the story that they were going to go to. For those that aren't familiar, I suggest you read The Hedge Knight, which is
a novella. It's 3 short stories, kind of put together.
Yeah, but they have it in different forms too, and there's other short stories with other stuff that you can read with it. Not bad. Great. I think there's a lot of prospect to have a great series. Hopefully, I don't know, man.
I'm looking forward to it. It's just we got to wait a little bit longer.
I mean, look, we got the House of Dragons before this, which I'm extremely surprised about and thankful. So I'm not going to complain. I mean, it would be like if George R.R. Martin, instead of giving us The Winds of Winter, gave us an actual other book that was decent in between, which he hasn't done.
Do you think they're afraid to like release like a more unrelated? I mean, House of Dragons it's still the Targaryens, and it's like you think they're more afraid to release like a unrelated Game of Thrones title?
Oh, you're talking about The Hedge Knight?
Yeah.
No, because even this is being promoted as they're gonna. Hey, don't worry, he'll run into some Targaryens.
Well,
I mean, he's gonna run into Targaryen.
Yeah,
egg is the egg and duck is egg.
I mean, like main character wise. Is what I'm getting into.
Spoiler alert! You're gonna run it. Hey, guess who? Hey, hold on. Guess who else he's gonna run into? Some Starks. I mean, he's gonna run into some Lannisters too, and he's gonna run into some Baratheons. So
I'm talking main characters.
A spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. No, I don't think so. I think this probably was better if you put it out before. I think you had a better.
All right.
If that was your concern,
regardless. The point being, we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this a year later than we expected. Point being, for a real spoiler alert, is anyone here surprised that that Max is going back to being called HBO Max? Because I don't think anybody stopped calling it that anyway.
How is the CEO not fired yet? We're gonna change her name to Max. Let's go back to HBO Max.
Let's go back to HBO Max.
I think they figured out they could get a premium for the name HBO. I don't know.
Why drop it in the first place?
Because
they wanted to go purple. We're also losing the purple. Everybody, you notice we lost the purple?
No, I didn't remember. No.
Bringing HBO back.
Who cares?
I'll give them credit for this.
Who even calls it HBO Max? Because I don't think I've ever called it HBO Max. I just call it HBO. I just call it HBO On Demand or HBO.
Let's just give them kudos for not calling it HBO Plus. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that? We're not calling it HBO Plus. That's a good thing.
That's part of the problem. Was it was HBO Now? Well, first it was HBO Go, HBO Now, then HBO Max, then just Max, and now it's back to HBO Max.
Yeah, yet I don't think anybody's ever called it anything besides HBO.
Well, let's not pretend like we haven't seen this before. All new Marvel now all new Marvel now, all different, all new now.
Yeah, but the problem with that is, like Marco said, everybody calls and thinks of it as HBO. You had Marvel in all those names, and the name Max, you don't have HBO in there at all.
That's true.
Yeah,
that is true. Anyway, point being, they're going back to HBO.
Welcome back, HBO, Matt. HBO, good to know that you're back.
New teaser for Spider Noir.
It's a Spider Noir.
Did anybody really want this?
I don't want it about as much as I want Ironheart. So
I don't know. I kind of would rather have Ironheart.
I don't know, JJ. Yeah,
I love noir stuff. I like Spider-Man. This never made sense to me.
Yeah, I think this is down the line of things I would want. I mean, but in JJ's defense, I didn't want an Ironheart Riri TV show.
That's what I'm trying to
I
say,
saw the
like,
trailer.
Well,
Huh?
I mean, fair. I mean, I will agree with you there. I didn't want that either. But if you gave me the two, I still would pick this second.
Yeah,
This
that's the
also
other
has
thing.
the vibe of like looking at this, doesn't it? Shit, what was the name of that movie? It was like Jude Law, and it was all
Sky
like
Captain in the
old-timey.
World of Tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you. I knew JJ would.
Hey, can I ask a question? When was the last time Nick Cage was in something?
He's been in lots
He's
of
gonna
stuff.
be John
He's usually
Madden.
not
What are you
like
No,
talking
the
about?
last time he was in something.
He's been in lots of
Oh.
stuff. He's in a couple movies a year and stuff.
He was in that one with
Really?
the.
What was he just in that was a Western and he was doing the really stupid voice?
Well, we always.
That's my
have-
yeah. He hasn't been anything good lately.
No, not the Western. What was the one was a Captain Willie's, and it was like
Once again, not watching something
Carnival,
called Captain
and they were
Willie.
like he was shooting.
He was
I
in
don't
like
know, monster.
Renfield.
I
Well, that
don't know
was a
what
couple
the
years
hell
ago.
it
He was in Renfield. He was
Yeah, he
Dracula.
was in Renfield. But he is going to be John Madden,
Yeah, I forgot about that too.
which is again a very odd choice. When somebody would have told me growing up, they're going to make a John Madden movie,
We're gonna pick a super skinny guy to be.
and we're going to get Nicolas Cage to play him.
Oh, he's in the Flash. I forgot
What?
about that.
You're not hiring John Candy? John Candy's long gone. Okay.
I think it was you know who they should have got to do that? I'm pretty sure it was him. I always get my Saturday Night Live cast members mixed up, but I think it was Horatio Sands. Somebody used to do a really good John Madden impersonation on Saturday Night Live.
I don't know, but I just don't.
John Goodman would have reminded me too much of Revenge of the Nerds.
Ah, that's true.
Nerds.
The eyes of my father, my coach.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
Anyway.
know. I'm gonna hold judgment on this till we see a trailer.
I just don't want it. But let's get to comics. Before we wrap up for the evening, let's look at some comic news and
Please.
look at some stuff that we may or may not want.
I don't think you'll want any of it, to be honest. We'll see.
Marvel all on one? That sounds dirty. I don't know why,
Oh.
but when I read it the first time, I had to reread it. and I
Nope,
thought,
still sounds bad, dude.
Yeah, I didn't get the title wrong. That's really what it is.
it's like Thing Does Dallas. I don't know what's going on here. It's just,
Giant-sized man thing.
yeah.
Shout out Tony Fleece.
You got to drop it. They're taking an interesting approach to it, so it's all like double page and like splash page art
Interesting.
through the whole thing. It's like a 50-page one shot. I don't know. They didn't put a lot of story details out there, so I don't know. It should be interesting from an art perspective, I guess. But I don't know if it's. I feel like it's gonna read like a 50-page one shot coffee table book. We'll see.
It's a coffee table book about coffee tables.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. We've seen worse things. I will say that. We've
It'll be
seen
$10.
worse ideas.
Yep.
I will also admit, I actually ordered the next thing. I had to explain to my wife. I told her, just so you know, order a box of milk bones.
We don't do you even have a dog?
No, we don't have a dog.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, she's like, why? I wanted a Superman comic.
It's like a box of cereal for the Superman comic inside.
I
Are
just
these gonna
thought
be
it
on
was weird
shelves
enough.
too?
I
It's
thought it
already
was
out.
weird enough I had to
already
get
out.
one.
Is this gonna be on shelves too, or is it just
I would imagine. I don't know if it's solely.
I don't know.
but I would imagine.
It's a 12-page comic. I don't know if it's going to be in the hopefully it's not in the box with
It's gonna be in the
dog
box?
treats.
No, bro, it's gonna be on the out, so it's gonna be between the plastic that holds the dog treats
That's
and
fine.
the cardboard.
As
So
long
it's
as it's
gonna
on
be
the
curved.
outside. I don't want to have to open up the box and dog treats
imagine,
and
yeah,
pull it
it's
out with
like-
all the doggy dust.
Wrapped to the back of it or something, I would imagine.
But yeah,
you,
I bought
you
one
get
of
your
these.
milk bone exclusive Superman and Crypto comic now.
They also limited it to one per. So I couldn't order 2 boxes. I could only get one.
You couldn't
What are you gonna
stack
do
up
with the,
on
what are you gonna do with the dog
the milk bone
biscuits?
comics.
I was trying to figure that out. I was thinking of giving it to my father-in-law. I remember early on when we were dating my wife, my father-in-law he would put dog treats in his pocket because the neighbors had dogs, and when they would come over, he would give the neighbor dogs treats from his pocket. And I was like, how the hell do you have dog treats in his pocket? You guys don't have a dog. It was for that reason.
I don't know, man.
Like you ever go to the fast food drive-ups? They keep boxes of dog treats and stuff.
I just wish the people would. Hey, listen, if you're gonna
Mhm.
have a dog, and your dog's dog shit, keep your dog shit with you. Stop putting them in people's anything. Don't put them in
I don't
your
know.
recycling bins.
I got
Don't
one of
put 'em-
these. That's my only point is I did order one of these, so I'm gonna get a Superman and
There's
crypto.
gonna be people like, wait, what'd you do for your comic? Well, I picked up a case of milk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because that would be the strangest things in the world.
I know, 30 boxes of milk bones and 30 Superman crypto comics.
All right.
All right, yeah. Moving
$6,
on. We
not
also
bad.
have the Invisible Man. Skybound has run out of other monster characters,
Yeah.
so now we're moving on to the Invisible Man.
We're on the last legs.
Where are you? Nope.
Universal monster things.
What?
No.
Is it based off of the Chevy Chase one or the Kevin Bacon one?
Yeah, I don't care.
It's the one with Peggy from Mad Men. Wasn't that
Mm.
one?
Yeah, it's the one based off of I don't care. Oh, there you go.
But it's a tiny
Killian
onion story.
Murray.
So now we know it's only going to be 4 issues. So we'll figure out whether or
Right.
not you can
So,
do a quick comic here.
All right, fair enough. They're making it.
on this album.
Whether you decide to buy it or not, that's on you. But DC and Penguin are teaming up to make an All-Star Superman cast audiobook.
Has I think 20 something different voice actors.
Oh, that's what I want. Said nobody ever.
I don't know, it'd be kind of fun, but I don't know who they were going to cast.
You're not buying this, Pete.
It's
I'll
mostly
listen
like
to it
voice
with
actors.
my Audible
who-
credit.
To do audio. It's not like celebrities for the most part. It's voice actors and stuff. So.
I started to listen to the Sandman audio thing. It was kind of interesting. I never finished it though.
Back to life.
But I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know how much you stretch. What was this? 4 issues?
No,
Or
it's
12 issues.
12.
I mean, it's 12 issues. So I don't know how long you can stretch 12 issues into a book.
Yeah, I don't know.
You could probably get a good couple hours out of it.
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's
could,
it. They're
I could
doing it.
also punch myself in the nuts repeatedly, but that doesn't sound fun either.
You could do that, or you can go and read Detective Comics for free.
I would listen to it free on YouTube. Okay, how?
It's now available through Amazon Kindle and Comixology for a limited time. Go get your Detective Comics 27.
For free.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you're just going to read it.
Yeah.
It's
If you
not
never
really
read the first
most-
appearance of Batman and you don't want to pay $4 for a facsimile, you can have it
Yeah.
for free.
Yeah, but even when you get the facsimile, a lot of people are actually going to open this up and read this. Did you read the original story?
Yeah.
Was it all that engaging?
Free is free. Yeah,
It is what it
Barlow's
is.
right. Free's free.
But with that said, that is our news for the day.
That's good. I got it. We gotta.
Yeah, we got to wrap this up. No after hours for tonight because
Done.
I was going to dip out an hour
Hold
ago.
Hold on. Let me just double check to see real quickly.
What?
Well, just see who the guest. We did say we would go over the guest list. I don't want to go over the entire guest list. I just want to see who the.
Who remembers that? All of our listeners and viewers in the Detroit area.
Oh, yeah.
You can just go find Marco and Dub at Motor City.
No, yeah, go
Where
there.
you're
Yeah.
going.
I just want to see who this. I just want to see who the actual comic creator guest number 1 overall. The Pete's gonna see. Arthur Adams.
Guest
Oh,
of
yeah.
honor?
It's Adams. No, Adams is probably the best one there.
Which Adams?
Arthur. Greg Land. This Phil guy's jacked. Phil Jimenez.
All right, you're going to have to do this on your own time.
No, I'm done. We're done. We can close it down.
Yeah, we can't
I'm
watch
really
you
good.
reading a list that you're looking at.
No, I'm ready. I'm ready to go, man. I got stuff to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just want to see who this one guy is. He
Just
did.
this one guy.
But
No,
again,
go
you
ahead.
can go find Marco and Dub at Motor City.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll see you guys there. Say what's up. See you around. Say hi. Take a pic. Do what you do. Just remember, we don't remember to take pics. So if you guys want one, just mind us. We're more than happy to do it.
I'll have a new episode of Sneaky Keys up tomorrow.
Guy's gonna be there.
Hot 10 at 9 on Friday,
think
as
you mean
always.
Sneaky
Qualified
Keys.
after it. SNS should be back this weekend on Saturday. I might also have a dollar bin digging before they start. Star Wars on Sunday, and then come
The
Monday,
Hardy
we'll start
Boys?
all over with a new Wednesday watch list.
The Hardy Boys are gonna be there.
And the Hardy Boys, apparently. So with
The
that,
detectives.
no.
Hmm?
We'll see you all later. See you next week.